Well, welcome all you rockers, rockettes, and everything in between. We're doing it live because fuck it, it's Festivus. That's right. Welcome to a live edition of And the Podcast Will Rock, and we're doing it holiday style. Welcome to the show, all of you who are joining us. And if you're hearing us on the audio only, that's cool too. Happy to have you as always. I am your co-host, Mark Meyer. With me as always is Corey. But before we get into everything else, I just want to say at the top of the show, this episode is dedicated to an amazing guitar player. It's very topical, who's an even more amazing brother. And he's a big fan of the podcast and an even bigger fan of Van Halen. His sister wanted to dedicate the episode to him so that next time he listens, he can ask, "Is it mine?" Merry Christmas to Oz from your sister, Sarah. And I'm assuming not Osborne, but Oz nonetheless. So there you go. From your sister, Oz. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for being part of the journey. I, of course, as I said, am Mark Kamire. With me, as always, Corey Morissette. Corey, how you feeling on today's Festivus? Are you ready to air your grievances?
The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
That's right. And we have so many people joining us on the show here tonight that they're all invited to air their grievances. I'm certainly going to air my grievances with at least one of them. But first, maybe we should introduce everybody on the call. We got a full boat here, and they're still coming. Oh, we got Sean McGinnity coming back on the call here. Eric Sanich might be joining us at some point. He's recording another interview tonight. But Mark, why don't we go around the horn and let's talk about all the fine folks we got on the call here tonight.
Sure. As you meant, the aforementioned legend himself from the Sean Geek and Fast Fret podcast, Sean McGinnity, joins us on the show. Sean, how you feeling?
I am feeling the whiskey.
Yes, that is the correct answer. So we're going to go over for a completely weird and different answer because the Chaz Mataz has returned to the show for better or worse, but it's going to be fun regardless. Chaz, how you feeling, buddy?
Oh, I'm feeling the holiday spirits, boys. How are you?
At least you showed up and not your Chazatar, so I'm grateful for that.
He's here. He's here. We're all here. It's a party.
I'm going to pretend he's not, but glad to see you, buddy. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
But not to be outdone, and how could you outdo him? Because he's just as busy as Corey is in the potosphere anyway. Kevin Brown joins us on the show. We couldn't do a live show without Kevin Brown. Kevin, are you ready?
It's a Festivus miracle.
It is indeed. Are you ready to get absolutely just your chestnuts roasted by Corey all night?
Yeah, I'm buckled up. I'm strapped on. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see.
Oh, he said it. There it is.
That's what he said.
I mean, that is what he said, and nobody knows how to say stuff better than Podmaster General. I'm going to call him that. It's new, but it's a thing now. Scott Haskin has joined us on the show. Scott, one of the busiest men in this space and outside of it that I know. How you feeling, dude?
Doing good. I'm feeling the coffee today because I've actually been mixing all day. Just about 5 minutes ago, finished the last track for the new album, so I'm looking forward to just sitting back and enjoying a nice podcast with my friends.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations on that. That is quite an endeavor. So I applaud you. But I also applaud someone else who stays relatively busy, so busy that when their absence from our show goes a little long, it is noted by the entirety of our audience. So this one's just for you guys out there who have been eagerly awaiting the return of Kelsey Van Halen. Kelsey joins us on the show. Kelsey, how you doing? Happy Festivus.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. When Corey reached out to me this morning, I was like, "Oh my God, yay! I've been waiting." And no, I'm so excited to see everybody. It's really good to be back. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely a pleasure, always. And it's always a pleasure when we have our wonderful patrons joining us on the show. I've mentioned a few, but I'm going to mention another one. Michael Pastor, I believe Padawan Michael, you know him best. How you doing, man?
I'm doing really well. How's everybody tonight? I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to seeing if Michael once again uses his dark Jedi powers to conjure the songs that he wants to hear exactly, because that shit was incredible. We're still talking about it. And we're always talking about, for better or for worse, usually these days it's the worst, but we're always talking about the comings and goings of David Lee Roth. And there's no one who knows the comings and goings of David Lee Roth better than the man who wrote the book on it. Darren Paltrowitz joins us on the show again. What's up, Darren?
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure to be speaking with you fine folks, and nothing but yeah, as Dave would say.
Nothing but yes and nothing but riffs, because we couldn't have one half of the Sean Geek and Fast Fred podcast join us without the other half. Fast Fred himself is here. Todd, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How's everyone doing tonight?
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Fantastic.
It's a Festivus miracle.
Yeah,
Good to
it is
hear.
a miracle, and now it's time to air the grievances, and I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're going to hear about them. Actually, the problem is that I don't have enough to complain about as far as you guys are concerned, but I wanted to take the opportunity, Corey, and hopefully the audience airs their grievances. I know we're not a perfect podcast because Corey and I are not experts on these bands that we cover, certainly not Van Halen experts, nor did we ever claim we were, and we're definitely not rock historians. We have smarter, better people that are friends that deal with that sort of thing. But if you have grievances about our show, now's the time to get it out when we're all liquored up and loose and we don't care. So that's you should tune in just for that alone.
We got a little war of backgrounds going on here. Chaz put that bitch Anne Murray on his backdrop, which we all know.
Fuck you.
We all
What?
know
No,
what
I
Sean
put the Muppets on my background. What? Can't you see? I got the Muppets.
We got a very
The
young.
guys from Electric Mayhem. Look.
The only
see?
Muppet I see
What?
is you.
What are you talking about? Fucking clown. What? Hey.
We're all Muppets.
Oh, snap.
Fine.
Hey, look, we know where you are. Down there in the bayou or not, we can find you there, pal.
I'm not hard to find. Yes, I'm right in the bayou.
Yes, when you're advertising, you're going to be in Nashville. Where are you going to be? You're going to be doing that big show.
That's
Coming
right.
up
Yes,
soon.
January 3rd, Nashville,
damn.
Basement
God
East.
damn.
Welcome to the New Year Part 3. We're celebrating the music of new metal of yesteryear, and yours truly is joining a group to do the entirety of System of a Down's Toxicity album.
Wow.
I will be doing vocals on that, so I've got my work cut out for me. But you should come out. It's going to be a good time.
Post some videos, please.
There will be.
Good. Well, I just want to say, speaking of Muppets, behind Mr. Sean McGinnity, he's one of the sexiest men in rock and roll. There's a very young, cross-eyed Burton Cummings. Now it's David Lee Roth. Oh, my goodness. If it was the shot
Fucking
from the
idol.
women and children
Sean is his
first,
nose.
I'm sure
Oh, wait, there
Kelsey
you go.
would
Yeah.
enjoy it a little more.
That's not a Sonrisa Salvaje, correct? That's Eat 'em and Smile.
That's right. I was listening to the Spanish version of Eat 'em and Smile actually yesterday.
Oh my God.
Isn't that the best? I love that. Don't I
fucking
love
awesome.
listening to that. I seriously, I can leave that on in the background all day.
All right,
If I may air a grievance right now, I
Please.
would
Do it.
like to.
Ooh.
So my grievance is I think that Shy Boy is better than Why Can't This Be Love?
Nah, boo, boo.
Crazy take.
It's begun.
I think
the
I
feats
pissed
of
off
strength
Mark.
have begun.
No, I can't support that.
And Kevin Brown at the same time.
No.
Look,
I'll air some grievances. I think I support Heath in a lot of his endeavors around here to get Roth the respect he deserves.
we'll
do
see
you
if you're.
feel the same way about that with some of Roth's more recent outings?
Ooh. Ooh, no.
I noticed you disappeared when I asked that question. Like, you
Yeah,
went into-
yeah.
Well-
Going to the Chazatar. No, no.
We do have a Roth tune
No.
tonight that might change your mind too, but I'm thinking it's the holidays. What do you say we play a little Christmas music here? You get everybody in the mood here, right? Everybody loves a little rocking around the Christmas tree, but it's rock and rolled a little bit.
You got me. You threw me for
Oh,
this one.
keep that going. That's great.
Oh, it's brilliant. The one and only Bill McClintock, Dirty Deeds
Everybody.
Around the Christmas Tree.
I'm going to say Brenda Lee sounding a little rough these days.
She never sounded better.
This is fucking
The
brilliant.
poor
Oh,
girl
I've
was
gotta
like
have
13 when she recorded that, so she's had a rough life.
Oh, chorus time.
Damn.
We have a very good
fucking
friends
love
of
it.
ours who misheard, who like growing up misheard that lyric, and she thought they were singing Dirty D's Thunder Jeep.
Thunder Jeep.
Nice.
I've heard.
Okay.
I like that better.
Well,
I've heard.
You know about the American Thunder Jeeps, Kevin? They're all the rage down here.
Fantastic.
I've heard
must
dirty
envy
deeds done with
No,
sheep.
you don't want a Thunder Jeep where I'm from. No, you turn the key, get the Thunder Jeep. You don't want that.
Oh,
No,
he knows the fucking
no
thunder.
fuck
Jeep.
that. No, no.
Can't have
What
him
you
up
know
here.
about Thunder Jeep, bro?
No, no. Yeah, is that like the Thunder Bucket? Yeah, it's when you get in the car with me. Pull my finger. Woo.
That's right, Kevin. I knew somebody who thought it was pressure.
Yeah, Tom heard the same when I did. Dirty deeds done with sheep. That's the version I heard.
Whoa. Okay.
Yikes.
That's gonna cross the line. You're gonna
That took
get
a
banned
dark
for
turn
that.
real fast.
This is a live show here.
A little
You can't even
telltale, I
censor
think.
that. You got a delay?
That happens a lot in Manitoba, not Saskatchewan.
It's cold up there, right?
It's beautiful
Keep warm
today. It's only
somehow.
like -10.
Yeah, it was minus
Oh
10.
my
It was
God.
wonderful.
Well, enough of that. Corey, we're here on Festivus as a special holiday episode. We figured, look, we cover specific rock bands. We have a wheel with some designated artists in particular, and those same artists have delivered some holiday cheer in the form of some rock tunes. So we thought it'd be a good idea to get you guys together and take a listen and basically do what we do on the show, except for, we're doing it Christmas style. So sound good?
Sounds great. So I've done up a little Christmas wheel here. Everybody can see it here. We have 4 tracks on it. We're going to listen to all 4. This is just to determine the order. We have Talking Christmas Blues by one David Lee Roth. We have Santa's Going South for Christmas. Guess who? That's Sammy Hagar, of course. Christmas Time Again from A Very Special Christmas 2 by Extreme. And then a special surprise track. So that's our wheel here for tonight. Should we go into some quick manifestations here? Go around the horn. We're going to listen to them all, but what are you hoping to kick off the show with? Chaz, how about you?
Oh, let's go with that Roth number. you
It's
got me,
something.
man. Let's go. Let's
It's
do
something.
it.
All right, Padawan Michael, what are you thinking? What do you want first?
Yeah, I think I want to go in chronological order. I don't know what the special track is, but let's do Extreme first.
Okay.
Well, you know it's probably going to happen.
Kelsey, our favorite, who's been on every podcast but ours lately.
Hey.
So happy to have you back. It hasn't been the same without you. What are you hoping to hear first?
I wouldn't mind hearing that Santa Went South. That
All right.
kind of sounds fun.
All right. Scott Haskin, an aficionado of all things Christmas, as we can tell from your shot, not a single piece of tinsel in the background there.
He finds
Well-
tinsel distracting.
The tree is over to the side out of
okay.
shot of camera, but I do have my David cover Love Hunter tree skirt,
Oh,
which
yes.
I think might be the only one in the world that exists. So I'm very festive. I'll go with mystery track.
Nice.
I knew it.
Darren Paltrowitz, having an up and down year, my friend. What's going to cheer you up here first tonight? What's going to put a smile on that mug of yours?
All these are great selections, so I look forward to whatever you got coming.
All right. Kevin Brown, you look like utter shit. I know you've been sick the last little bit. So what's going to improve your mood here, my friend?
Thanks for the context there.
Yeah, cheers, dude. I mean, thanks for the setup there. I mean, always a joy to be on a podcast with you, Corey.
That's why you do 9 shows together.
Let's start at the bottom. It can only get better if we start with Roth, right? So let's start with Roth.
Right on.
There we go. Markham Meyer, who you in the mood for? David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, Extreme, or the special surprise track?
I mean, I understand the mindset of starting low, working our way to the top, but why not just
That's
go
what she
straight up
said.
south? Because hey, we all love to do it, and Sammy loves it. Going south for Christmas, I'm into it.
All right. We're going to go to Todd McGinnity because he's my second or third favorite McGinnity. What are you in the mood for here tonight, Todd?
Who's the second one?
well, you and Sean are tied at third.
Oh, okay. Well, that clears.
Mama must be number 1. It must be.
Obviously, immensely talented woman. And I'm a big fan of your wife, Sean, because she let you come on the show here tonight. So Sylvie's
that's
number
true.
2. You guys are duking it out for third. Todd, what do you want to hear first?
I'm gonna go for Roth.
Nicely done, Sean. Are you going to follow suit, or are you going to mix things
No,
up?
no. I'm looking for the magnum opus of Extreme with a song that's as great as Beautiful Girls.
That's
God.
That's very true. I will say.
I was going to ask if we could substitute.
Kevin,
Beautiful
it's called
Girls.
sarcasm. In case you didn't get that.
I tell you, one of these tracks has already made it in my Christmas playlist. One I hope to never hear again and one just hurts.
As long as
it's
you're
that
not playing
painful.
Anne Marie Christmas, I'm fine.
Fuck no, we wouldn't do that.
Special
to you.
track, special track. Come on, Corey.
Special
Come on.
track.
Hey,
Oh,
could special track be Beautiful Girls? Hey.
maybe. Who knows?
Oh.
Maybe with some jingle bells in the background. What do you say? All right. Well, I got to cue up my new wheel spinning music here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say we spin this fucker?
Hey, motherfuckers, do you know the time? Time to spin this wheel of mine. Which song do we spin tonight? Fuck it, man, let's spin it all right.
And we're going to talk some Christmas blues right off the hop. So it's David Lee Roth to start things off.
Well, there you go.
I called my shot.
Kevin called his shot.
Saying
Look at
it.
that.
So
Yeah, 25% chance there. Pretty good.
I mean,
Kevin
a
Brown?
shot's a shot.
Yeah, Kevin Brown, you're now cordially invited to go to our store and purchase Called My Shot t-shirt. I believe they're on sale right now, so you can actually save a little bit of money too. I think through Canada Post, it's only $68 in shipping. So
Oh, excellent.
now,
Perfect.
now is the time.
6 weeks delivery time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, you have to design it first, so make sure you do that.
No, we got one in there.
Okay, good.
Yeah. We got in the podcast rock. I called my shot. I got one because I called my shot 5 times the first 3 seasons. So and once already this season. Once again, kicking Mark's ass, but it's not a competition. If you want competition,
It's not, but obviously I lose because it's fine.
all right.
I'm not hurt about it.
Well, we're going to go to David Lee Roth here. This is a newer track I kind of gathered. But same rules apply, guys. If you guys want to chime in on what you're hearing on the song, just give me a nice big wave, and I'll pause the song and we'll come back to it. But this is a little ditty called "Talking Christmas Blues."
Late last night, I had a crazy dream. Santa Claus dropped in on me. Santa cracked it.
Mark already.
4 seconds.
He's like, "Stop it!"
Well, because
Poor
well,
Kelsey.
for one,
Poor
I was
Kelsey.
I was confused because the musical intro. I go, well, wait a minute. I wasn't aware that David Lee Roth did the theme song to the show Party of Five because that's exactly what it sounded like. That's an obscure reference for you youngins, but anyway. And then David actually came in, and now I don't know what to think anymore. Because what's happening? What's happening here?
It's really Bob Dylan-esque. Is this a Bob Dylan cover by
It
chance?
really is.
I was gonna say Neil Young. I was like,
Oh,
who,
Neil
the,
Young.
who the hell?
Is he trying his best Leonard Cohen? Because I could see that.
Oh, I'm there with the Dylan. That's totally this is
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
yeah.
I-
yeah.
yeah,
Those the
agree.
times that they are a changing.
I
Yeah.
agree with
Well,
that.
he's in the coffee shops, right? And his uncle there in New York City. So
That's
You know
right.
what? You know what it reminded me of? Does anyone familiar with the legend that is Dewey Cox?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Gotta
Okay.
walk-
Yeah, yeah.
Walk hard.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
brought up a little clip from Dewey Cox for everybody. This is what it kind of reminded me of.
Some people are saying that your new music sounds a lot like Bob Dylan.
Well, maybe Bob Dylan sounds a lot like me. You know, how come nobody ever asked Bob Dylan why you sound so much like Dewey Cox?
Mailboxes drip like lampposts in the twisted birth canal of the Colosseum. Rim job fairy teapots mask the temper tantrum. Oh, say, can you see 'em? Stuffed cabbage is the darling of the laundromat. The mouse with the overbite explained how the rabbit.
What the hell is this song about?
I have no idea.
You guys are idiots. This song is very deep.
Diplomat inside the three-eyed monkey within inches of his toaster oven light.
What are you?
There you go.
Classic.
If you have not seen Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, it's one of the funniest movies ever made.
Treat yourself.
Yeah. But don't treat yourself by listening to the rest of the track we're covering first here. Everyone in the chat's like, yep, much better. That was a step up.
Oh.
Poor Dave. I don't think this is going to go well for him. Let's go back to talking Christmas blues, shall we?
Char, we all got trashed, elves got thrashed, plays got smashed up. Events unfolded, tragedy happened, igloo got flattened. Look out, Santa. Paparazzi shut up, flashbulbs flashed. Oprah knew questions had to be asked. She asked him, and she asked him.
Fuck
Kelsey.
off.
Kelsey had her hand up.
Too much.
Sorry, Kelsey.
Fuck off.
Oh, it's okay.
Kelsey, go.
Thank you. Have any of you listened to his podcast? You know that part,
Yes.
you know, like when it all of a sudden like random music starts playing and he's like talking over it. That's exactly what it
Mhm.
sounds like. Like
Oh,
it sounds like a
100%.
segment of his podcast. He's
Yep.
not singing, he's just like
No.
speaking.
Yep.
What was the
you're
name of
right.
his
This is a
balm that
segment
he
of,
had?
of Ross show. Yeah.
Was
What's
that
that?
balm that he had? He'd always break into.
Ink, the original.
Ink the original, yeah.
That's what
Ink,
this sounds
the
like.
original.
Oh my god.
Right. Yeah, one of those spoken word commercials for Ink, right?
Yeah.
It would go on for like 4 or 5 minutes on this rant,
Yeah.
and then it's Ink, the original. Boom, 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 Ross show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Thus far, and I know we haven't made it long into this song, but I'm hearing
There's
nothing.
more?
There must be,
Yeah.
because otherwise, why is this a Christmas track other than
Yeah, where's the jingle bells?
maybe
Nobody just said,
Darren
"Why is
can
this a
provide
track?"
some context.
So when you
he
said
meant-
the Talkin' Christmas Blues, I had thought that you made a mistake and you were talking about Ain't No Christmas, which was the song that he put out right after Van Halen ceased activity. So I thought, oh, Corey made the first ever mistake he's ever made on the air. And it's like, no, this is a new piece of garbage I've never heard before.
You
surprisingly.
go.
Oh, wow. Don't hold back, Darren. You know,
Yeah.
Well done, Darren.
it's the season.
I'm kind of curious on the call. Does anyone on the call actually listen to Bob Dylan?
Sometimes,
Yeah, definitely.
Blonde
Yeah.
on Blonde.
Yeah,
Like if you listen to his blues songs, like Talking Bear
Yeah.
Mountain Picnic Massacre Blues, that's exactly what he's doing. It's exactly the
Of
same.
course.
Even the
Oh.
stress and where the ryming couplets are, where
Yeah.
2 and 4, he's doing exactly the same thing.
He's
So he's
doing
100%
that.
aping it.
It
Kevin, I
is. He
agree.
totally is. Yeah.
Kevin, I
Yeah.
agree. This is
He's legit.
absolutely a tribute to Bob Dylan.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
not.
He's legit in
100%.
this. He's got
Not a creepy
experience
one.
here.
You're
And
all
we
wrong.
know this about Roth. Roth can
Bob
do
Dylan-
any genre. He can do it, and legitimately.
Would-
But he's not
talented.
putting in any kind of inflection or anything as you would when
No.
you would do some kind of spoken word. I mean, this is as flat, and who cares about what you're saying as it gets.
That's his delivery, though, man. That's his shtick.
Okay, okay.
Because Kelsey said he's done this before.
To
Okay, I
paraphr-
want to ask.
I want to paraphrase
ask-
Jurassic Park. Just because David Lee Roth could doesn't mean that he should.
Right.
Comment that on every video he puts on YouTube going forward.
You know what it's
This
making?
is the Velociraptor.
You know what it's making me wistful for? You know what it's making me really kind of want now is a little more Dewey Cox. Let's go back to
Your
it.
parents think about
Yeah.
your protest songs.
What do your parents think about my protest songs, Mr. Time Magazine?
All the elevator buttons so incredibly high. I stand today for the midget, half the size of a regular guy.
No one thinks of the midgets.
Hold you, little
I object.
I object
as the
too.
parade passes by.
Wrong podcast,
Let
Kevin.
me hold you, little man.
Outrageous.
We'll make believe you can fly.
Actually, this reminds me of the Arrogant Ones.
To put you down,
Big
but
ball.
I'm
Wow.
marching today for your cause. I'm banging the drum. Your big day will come when they remake The Wizard of Oz.
But it didn't. 'Cause they
So Corey,
did,
you
and it
stumbled on
didn't.
something there that I don't think you realized. Who are two bigger proponents of little people than DLR and Dewey Cox?
That's
Nobody.
true. That's true.
Good point.
Oh,
Good
geez,
point.
man. Oh, my God. You're absolutely right. There's plenty of video proof of that.
I
They're
want to
all
go.
over his videos, going back to Van Halen days. I mean, they got banned from MTV with videos with little people.
So one of our good friends watching along on YouTube live here tonight brought in a thing on the talkback mic. I'm going to give you that quote here. Dave, where are you going with this? Let's find out. Let's keep it rolling. Here's some more talking Christmas blues.
You know, Oprah. Reality series vampire and his family moved next door.
cable TV superstars for at least 2 weeks, possibly more. African American little folk own a vegan liquor store. And if I'm not mistaken, they's Buddhist, but I ain't sure. I was looking out my window and they was lighting a menorah. And I thought, I'm supposed to light the menorah.
Darren Paltrow, you look like you have a tear in your eye. Is this just too beautiful to put into words or what?
Yeah, Judaism aside, Dave always paints these bizarro pictures of everyone being every nationality and every religion all at once. And he's been doing that since arguably the California Girls video or the Just a Gigolo video. And it was kind of funny and cute maybe the first dozen times, but he's still doing that stuff 40 years later. Who would have thought?
David Lee Roth lights the menorah.
Exactly what I was thinking. Exactly what I was thinking. Yes, thank you. That was very good. That was very good.
It's almost like he's a one-trick pony. Eh? I don't know. Maybe that should come up somewhere.
Three or four trick pony.
Maybe we should explain to Kelsey and to Scott Haskins, they're a little younger than us. Adam Sandler was on Saturday Night Live, and he did a song called the Hanukkah song, and the first line was David Lee Roth lights the menorah.
Oh, nice.
It was a whole list of people who are Jewish.
Are we
basically.
are we in agreement though that he's actually referring to that in that line? Because it seems pretty clear to me that he might actually be referring to that Adam Sandler.
I think that is so self-referential that is probably dead on.
It's probably
Yeah, that
Yep.
sounds
You
right.
know-
Absolutely. Dave would do that. Yep.
And you know,
Because he
the-
loves that shit. Yes.
The other thing that I was wondering about is this idea of vampires next door, reality show vampires. And I'm pretty sure this was, I think he wrote this at least 10 years ago. I think it was released last year, but I think VHND did a report on it about 10 years ago, where there was some sort of a, like a raw footage of it. And he put out some sort of a video with it, like an animated video. And I'm wondering if that might even be a reference to like the Osbournes back then, because, this idea of reality show next door, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out as well. Darren, you made a good point. Like he's sort of recreating what he did in the past, only with these separate storylines. He's got this story of Santa drinking moonshine with a bunch of elves in a cottage. He's got Oprah interviewing people. He's got vampires next door doing a reality show. He's even probably referring to himself lighting a menorah, like I'm supposed to light the menorah. But we always, one of the things that the podcast would refer to when it came to Roth's lyrics is that he would paint a picture, as ridiculous as it may be. And I feel like he's actually doing that here. It's almost like a comic book. It's like one page after another of just bizarre, colorful images, But anyway, that's my thought.
Sure. And to your point about this being done 10 years ago, there's different things that he's put out through the Roth show. There's that song, I can't remember the full title to me. It's called something like the Thermodynamic Golden Chair. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not familiar now.
Wow. No.
He wrote it with this guy who went on to become like an A-list country co-writer and named Scotty Emmerich. And I got to interview Scotty about that. And Scotty told me he just did one guitar take, like one track on it, and left the studio. And that's what they used. And it sat in the can for a long time. It was never registered with ASCAP. So there's a lot of things that Dave has recorded that maybe he gave 4 minutes of attention to, and then it randomly comes out 12 years later. And this could very well be that.
It's just like you hear that little sample of guitar there. Believe it or not, that's David Lee Roth from 12 years ago. We just had it randomly.
Yeah, literally. So in the background of Roth show, some of the John 5 session songs were just placed in the background as instrumentals. They never called that's what that was.
Jesus.
So there's the more you dig into Roth, the more mysteries that remain unsolved.
Uh-huh.
Well, I found the VHND article when this song was released in 2014. Good call, Michael. You got that exactly right. this fever dream of a fucking quote that I can't make heads or tail of. So I'm gonna read it for you, and you guys try and decipher it for me. Okay, this is David Lee Roth. We wreck on a tour, a super studio somewhere, tropical, salt water, solar power, fly the entire Mad Dog and Englishman retinue, wives, girlfriends, household pets, favorite paintings. Don't pack light. Bring the palm trees, and we'll go someplace with a vaguely French name like Mosquito. We'll spend 3 months down there, 90 days metric, putting together an entire album and rehearsing said material plus all the classic VH stuff by loading all this 80 to 120 person entourage onto between 4 and 7 great grandiose tall-masted sailboats and touring adjacent islands and playing at thatched roof propeller in the ceiling bars on Friday and Saturday nights. I would hire the Coen brothers and Sonnenfeld as our cinematographer to make a documentary with a twist. Build a subplot of 4 or 5. Dinners on Friday nights will be replete and complete with 40-plus guests. Don't include the 120 original members, Quentin Tarantino, Heidi Fleiss. Now I'm just going off the top of my head here. This is just the first 38 seconds of retcon here. Then it becomes suddenly evident that we must tour. Well, that means we have to rehearse in Paris, London, New York, Miami, and L.A. just to get the flavor. Because you play like what you ate for dinner. And then we run the band through its paces in the Pacific Rim in South America. End quote.
It's ramblings. Did anyone ever listen to him when he replaced Stern on, I think it was K-Rock in New York City?
Oh, I definitely did, yeah.
I mean,
oh, yeah.
it was just, we were listening to it on the way to work because it was just like listening to I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It was just ramblings, but it was just almost intoxicating the way that he would just go on about these random topics and connect them together. And I don't know. There's something fascinating about the guy that I just can't explain, going back to his days with Van Halen. I mean, he was doing the same thing. It was only cooler, I think, now he's a lot older and he's laughed at more, but, back then we kind of laughed at him. I was 12 years old, and enjoying everything about the guy and his ramblings and his antics,
Well, one of the Beginning Boys has Mr. Furley in his backdrop. So let's go to Todd and Shaw. Todd, let's start with you. Is David Lee Roth insane?
He should have been a politician. Because
no, he should not have.
He was number one on my grievance list. I gotta say,
my God.
Roth, for his behavior for the past year, he is definitely top of my grievance list.
God, there's more Anne Murray there, Chaz. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to pick a fight?
What are you talking about? This is my gallery. It's just in a rotation. That's all. What's that?
Out in the parking lot, Charles.
It's my Spotify highlights list of the year. I've been listening to this shit all year long.
Sorry, Todd, before we so rudely interrupted you, tell us about your thoughts on this song that we're suffering through.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, Todd. Go ahead. I got nothing. This song's pissing me off, if anything. I don't know. Get to your fucking point.
Well, it sounds like a buzzkill. Wow.
Yeah.
He was
like
good
every
with the whiskey
song
coming in.
Like when he plays this song and he does his singing, and then all of a sudden he goes into this talking thing in the background. So you're just taking the singing right out of it because he can't really sing anymore. So I guess now everything that he does is all just kind of a monotone. I don't know, just kind of like an advertisement or something rather.
Stream of conscious fever dream. That just whatever he dreamt that night.
Yeah. Yeah, he just rambles on. And you were saying that he kind of puts everything together into a package. I can't put the package together. He's all over the place.
It's like something from IKEA with no instructions.
Where
the fuck does this go?
Fucking IKEA instructions, right? Holy shit.
I just hope it comes with a
It's
gift
like you took
receipt
some
so I can take
gummies
it
and you
back.
had to put together an IKEA fucking, yeah.
How do I have
Oh,
14 bolts left? What the fuck did I do?
Just remember, don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
At least not the hard stuff.
Well, whatever he was on when he did that interview, I'll buy everybody $10 worth if we don't have to listen to the rest of the song.
Well, guess what?
Corey, can I add? Can I add that audio clip that you transcribed and read? There's some serious contradictions going on. If you don't mind me being a Roth buzzkill,
Please
can I
do.
be a Roth buzzkill?
Please do.
Oh,
Yeah.
please
do
be
it.
a Roth.
Okay. He buzzkilled himself.
Yeah, the grievance.
Fair.
Song
Do it.
already.
He's talking about all these complex vacations that he's taking. In the 80s, I believe his favorite vacation spot was Club Med, which is not exactly a big
No.
similarity to all that. And then this whole thing about the rehearsals, just about every musician I've spoken with from the 90s forward that's been in Dave's band said that he was never at the rehearsals at all. You rehearsed in his house, he was upstairs, and he didn't come to the rehearsals if it was there or at the soundstage. So a lot of this stuff, you just wonder, like, where does the character end?
And he was. I'll speculate this. He was it's pure speculation. Watching from upstairs on video monitors, right? Snorting coke, running around the fucking room, drinking, smoking,
allegedly
freaking out.
Yeah,
Right?
allegedly.
And
Allegedly.
supposedly, and perhaps. But,
I will say this though.
Who knows?
And I'm sure Mark can back me up
I
on
just
this.
want
I just
to
want to
apologize to Darren real quick because that Club Med joke was so good, but it's not going to land as hard as it should, and I'm just going to apologize for that now.
It's
Like
the
it
Sandals
deserves a
Jamaica of the
grander
1980s.
audience.
Yeah.
No, he literally, I'm not kidding you. Dave loved vacationing at Club Med. No hyperbole.
I also believe it, but the joke of it is so much funnier, and
Yeah.
I just wish more people heard it because it's good.
It's
and
the
I
Sandals-
wish they understood it.
Yeah, it's the Sandals Jamaica of
Yes.
like the 1990s. But I will say, and Mark, you could probably back me up on this. I want to call him out something good though. He called out Barry Sonnenfeld in that fucking quote. Barry Sonnenfeld is a brilliant cinematographer, and he's a great director too. He directed the Men in Black movies.
Absolutely.
Get Shorty, which is one of my all-time favorites. So, little Barry Sonnenfeld love on our Festivus episode. All right, let's get back to the fucking song.
Now there's upstairs taking selfies, doing yoga on my roof. Heard they was victims of a drone strike, but that I cannot prove. Here's a toast for them and me, and another one for you, like a Hallmark Hall of Fame card. Merry Christmas from Dave Lee. Talking Christmas blues.
Sean,
which poor sap did he rope into playing harmonica on this?
Darren's face was my soul right there.
Kevin, he probably played the harmonica. I would
I
imagine.
agree.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like Dave.
No, I brought in a ringer for that harmonica.
Huey Lewis.
Brett Michaels.
He brought in a literal dude from Blues Traveler. Like, you want me to what?
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Not John Popper.
Vince-
John Popper. Oh my God.
Vince Neil on Smoking in the Boys' Room harmonica solo.
Oh, Jesus.
Was that Vince Neil on Smoking in the Boys' Room?
Yeah.
He's like, come on, man, you ain't doing anything. You're right. All right, I'll be there.
I'll give you a hoagie. All right, I'm there.
Oh, you got it.
Oh.
All right, we don't fat shame here on this show, but
Not at
also
all.
Vince Neil sucks. So
What did Josh say? How do you spell relief? Adderall. That's right. All right. We were still just barely halfway through. I'm going to play a little more.
oh my God.
Crackhead on my corner, cool tin foil for a hat. Hey, lose weight for the holidays, white boy. When's the last time you did that? You had a point. So that's all I wrote.
You have a point, so that's all I wrote. I tell you, if I was litigating a
Bars.
case against David Lee Roth as a lyricist, I would just play this song and say, I rest my case. Do you know what I mean,
that-
Kevin Brown?
It would just be cruel. I mean, this is he's clearly unwell. Like, someone needs to get a hold of Dave, get him into a facility, get him the help that he needs, because
Get him the Club Med.
this is not a
He
well.
I don't know. This
Get
sounds
him away
pretty
from his
on par for
crackhead.
Dave.
It does, yeah.
Get him away from the crackheads on the corner. My God.
I bet on YouTube though, it's just a list of, oh, Dave's a genius,
Yeah.
man. This is the
Oh,
best thing
dude.
anyone's ever written, man.
Those YouTube comments are unfathomable.
Well,
Like,
I
How
do
much
like
does
the
he pay
artwork.
those fuckers to put those comments?
it's got
honestly.
Like,
The
there's no
artwork
other
he did for
explanation.
it. The art is very nice. The abstract Christmas wreaths, very nice.
Yeah.
God,
I'm a fan of his artwork.
I feel bad for Oz because his sister sponsored this show for him, and this is the first song we're playing. And he's like, oh my God, the show is dedicated to me, and they're playing this. Oh.
It's a holiday
Oh.
special. What do you want?
Do you
Yes, I
think, though,
think
do you-
We're working
do you
with what
think
we
that-
have here.
Oh,
do you
Chaz, I think
that
the reason
he-
that you're such a big fan of the artwork is because you can't hear it.
Good one.
Do you think
Yeah.
that he
Bam.
actually takes himself seriously though, or do you think he does it for like the shock value? I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
Yes, the answer is
Intentionally-
yes.
I mean, he's getting exactly what he wants out of this podcast right now.
What
You
does
know?
Darren think? Yeah, look at Darren shaking his head violently. No.
You don't think? You
no.
think that he's dead serious with this?
I think that he creates whatever he feels like creating in that moment, and then he doesn't give it a second or third thought, and he just puts it out, and he's moved on to the next thing. I say that in a complimentary way and also a negative way. So he's
derogatory.
Derogatory is better. Yeah,
become.
Kelsey.
Yeah, it's what he's
thank you.
become.
Positively
Hey,
derogatory.
who's playing guitar in this? Any indication who this is?
Probably
could be.
Dave.
24.
Probably Dave.
It could be.
It does sound like him.
He's a competent player.
They ripped a Bob
He
Dylan
had
track.
a guitar teacher in this era who still on YouTube on I'm sorry, on LinkedIn posts that he's Dave's guitar player. So
Oh.
I'm thinking it's that guy.
Okay.
Surprise twist. It's Nuno Betancourt.
No shit.
Well, guess
That's
what?
No,
fucking
it's
brilliant.
I was going to say you're
I
going
won't
to hear.
slander him that way.
I was going to say you're going to hear some Nuno guitar tonight, but you're fucking not. And we're doing an extreme song. But before we get to that,
Oh no.
we have some positive comments in the chat. Tom, our good friend Tom, says it's got a fun stream of conscious I kind of like. I mean, it's deranged, but I kind of dig the vibe.
I mean, it's cool to
Tom.
It's cool to admire the
Keep on smoking
derangement
it.
sometimes, but I don't think this is. It's not Halloween when we usually do that. So it's it's Festivus, so we should have our grievances and tell them the problems that we have. And I got a lot of problems with this song, if you can call it that. Let's call it a poet's rendering of a Christmas tribute, and it's not
It's
good.
the worst piece of shit we've ever done, and it's not leaving this room.
I would just question the word conscious.
I think Dave just punted Lars there.
Yeah.
Please put us out of our misery, Corey.
Where's Lars'
All right.
dad when you need him?
This
Yeah.
is stock. Fuck, shut the fuck up. I'm putting this out.
Late last night I had a crazy dream that Santa Claus dropped in on me. Santa cracked a jar, we all got thrashed. Elves got trashed, place got smashed up. Can't recall exactly what happened, but Igloo got flattened. Now here's a message from all of us to you. Talking Christmas blues. Christmas blues. Christmas blues.
Why did he bring Kenny Rogers in after he's had a stroke to fucking sing that last verse? It's just drawling,
Oh.
mumbling, fucking.
It would just be
gibberish.
chicken this and chicken that, and then chicken.
On
That's
behalf
me
of
last night,
Heath, I
that's-
object. I object.
Pipe down over there,
On
you-
behalf
I
of
just
Heath.
just on behalf of Heath. I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but I know he should object at what Brown just said. So
I really wish Heath was here just so like try and defend this asshole.
I'm just keeping it fair.
You're
Yeah,
not
I would
just-
love to hear
I'm
Heath.
obsessed with it.
He's got
just-
to. So
I just
Heath
messaged
must.
Heath
Did
Yes.
you?
telling him he's
Get him
losing
out
the
here.
fight.
Get him out here quick.
Get him out here before the song's over.
He has to. He has to be in before the night's over. Heath has to get out here.
I'll be honest
Mark,
with you.
this-
I was
this
just
song-
watching Mark scream because I saw Christy walk in. I'm like, Festivus does not end until Mark pins Christy. He didn't make an attempt though, so we got a ways to go yet.
Well, she scared the shit out of me on the other side of the window here, so I thought someone was breaking in, and it was her, and I'm like, God damn!
You thought
So,
it was
yeah,
David
she
Lee
took the
Roth?
jump.
Just, hey, guess what? I had a dream
I
that
thought it was
Santa
Roth.
Claus
I was
fucking
like,
did a
who'd you
thing.
hear
Get
in
the
the
pole.
song?
Look out.
Oh fuck, we're almost done. We're almost done. Bear with us,
Yay!
folks. Here we go.
Please.
Christmas blues. Merry Christmas.
All
Wow.
right,
That
there
was
we
too
go.
long.
Merry Christmas blues. Holy hell.
Wow.
We're
Okay.
only going to do this once. Everybody in the call, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm going to take the majority, and I'm going to play the clip. I'm not even going to look. If no one's really a fan.
Yeah, Mr. Winky. Yeah. Ooh.
Anyone
I
else
mean,
canceling the rest of
wow.
their Christmas plans?
But honestly,
Christmas is
Yeah, that
canceled.
ruined my any
Let's-
merry I had.
yeah.
Yeah,
uh,
go
but-
look at that poster now, Kelsey. Uh-huh. That's
was
what
there
he did now.
anyone
Right.
that was there anyone that was remotely thinking thumbs up? No judgment whatsoever. I'm just
No,
curious.
you know what, Mark?
yes.
Okay.
Mark,
Oh.
I'm going thumbs up, and I'll tell you why.
Michael, you
I
have
don't-
entered the dark side. Go
Whoa.
ahead.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay,
I
let's hear
don't-
this.
I don't vote really anything down. I voted down How Many Say I, and I voted down Kama, and that was pretty much it. And Chaz, a couple of times, Chaz has made a comment about How Many Say I, and that it's Eddie's only vocals, so he can't vote it down. And I feel that way about this song. Like Dave gave us a holiday song, a Christmas song, whatever you want to, refer to it as. And, he's painting these odd pictures, these caricatures. Santa's, I guess, depressed. He's getting drunk with the elves. And I don't know what's going on next door with these vampires with the reality show. And, you have, he makes a reference to, drugs. And I don't know if he actually has a point to all this, but listen, it's a Dave Christmas song, and I'm voting it up.
Okay. So by your stretch, then Dave gave a lot of folks chlamydia too. Should they not take penicillin to clearing it up because it's something given to him from Dave? Allegedly, he gave a lot of.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Ooh, wow.
Is it possible that Dave believes that the show What We Do in the Shadows is an actual reality show?
What?
Literally, David could say anything, and it
Peter,
wouldn't surprise me.
Peter.
Like he could say that he believed anything, and I'd be like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mark, I think that came out after he wrote this. No, when did that show come out?
Well, the movie was what year?
Before it was a show, it was a New Zealand-based film.
Oh, that's
It was
right.
a movie.
Technically
The movie was
predated.
brilliant.
And a
The
great
movie was
movie.
fucking brilliant.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
The
my
show's
Christmas
great, too. It just
tradition to
ended,
watch
but,
that, actually.
I don't know. It's just
that.
like he said, vampires reality show. That was the first thing that came to mind. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh, does he
the point.
think this is real?
Yeah, he may have been referring to that.
Anyway, I just
Does
thought
he
that
think
was...
it's real? No, come on.
Look,
Dave's fucked up, but he's
are
not
you
that.
gonna,
Like I said-
Chaz? Are you gonna sit there and seriously look me in the eye, glasses or no, and go like, "There's no way Dave believes that." And you
So,
believe
Roth is smart, man. No, he's not a dummy. No, come on. Even Darren
So
will say
Roth-
that.
Roth is highly intelligent as a human being and
Yeah.
very aware. However, I have heard some voicemails that were not meant for public consumption where there was hallucination. So just putting that out there.
Okay. Well, now you're talking drugs being involved, man. All bets are off.
He
but,
never said that. He never said drugs.
He just said hallucinations.
Well, okay.
Never
It's probably
said
just
drugs.
years of soaked in influence at that point, right? It's
Allegedly.
allegedly. It is just his normal state, I would
So,
imagine.
Do we know the date that Dave got abducted by aliens?
It was the weekend
thought
after
that was
Couldn't have been
Sammy.
before or after Hagar. I mean, come on.
I was going to
It
say,
had to be
Darren, too, that-
after Hagar, because he'd have been like, "Oh, that happened to me too," and it was way
Mosey,
cooler.
Mosey, Bob. Oh.
Yeah, it was like they were like, "Zoop zap zap and a Dave, come up here." And I was like, "Whoa!" And yeah,
All I know is towards the end of the Beatles, John Lennon seemed to just kind of say whatever words popped into his head and put him into a song, and those still made more sense than what we just heard.
Monkey
won't
finger.
There's
bite you on
moments on
that.
Two Virgins. Yeah, I agree, Scott.
I am the walrus. I totally get it now. It makes sense.
He shoots Coca-Cola.
Babe. Ooh.
I mean, have you ever shot a straight, just 8-ball of Coca-Cola right into your veins? You guys, come on.
No, that was too much inflection.
You got
Mark.
no side ball. What's a side ball?
I said 8-ball. That's what I said.
Toe jam football.
8-ball,
There you
side
go.
ball, toe jam.
Something like that. Yeah,
Does
it's,
he say
Yeah,
toe
dig it.
jam
it's
football in
crazy,
Genius?
man. It's crazy.
Fucking genius.
Anyway, well, so we all downvoted that, and rightfully so. So now it's time.
Well,
to go
I was
back.
leaning toward the positive,
No,
you
you
know,
weren't.
and
Don't
I
lie.
was in the beginning, but it went on too long. It went on
It's
too
the-
long.
It's
It's
pretty
the
If it had
airing
been
of
short and
grievances.
sweet,
It's
I
time
would
to
have
be
given it a
honest,
thumbs up.
Chaz.
If it had been short and sweet, just what was said here a moment ago. It was, it was kind of cute where it was going, but then it got so fucking weird, and then it just wouldn't stop. It's like, okay, come on. Just if it had been maybe a minute shorter, I would have been like, it's cute, it's quaint, it's Dave's Christmas song, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
if it,
Kevin,
if
I'm
it was
gonna need you to
2.5
put that
minutes,
on a
I'd-
shirt and just like a quote. Chaz said, "Yeah, it was cute. It was quaint." That's like a quote from Chaz. It's like about our show or about
About
no,
David
who
Lee
knows?
Roth.
It's,
No, no.
it's a Chaz
Chaz-
Mataz quote. It was cute. It was quaint.
Chaz's
just
quote on
decide
a
what he's
shirt should
talking
be,
about.
"If it was shorter, it'd be cute." I want that on a T-shirt.
That's what she said. Whoa.
There you go. Put that on a shirt. And hey, Corey, what do you say we spin the wheel? I mean, I'm apprehensive at this point, but yeah. We got
Before
3
we do,
songs.
I'd like to add one more thing about the
Mhm.
song musically. I think the problem with it musically for me is that when you just do a harmonica solo after every few lines, it just gets monotonous. There's no real melody to the song to connect a solo to, so it's just a bunch of notes that are played in bursts in between rants. And
Correct.
so musically,
Okay.
it really doesn't even have much to offer.
Yeah, the
If those
harmonica playing
rants
is
were
not great.
coherent and funny, then then that's the only place I would disagree with you, right? So I
would
think
agree- if the harmonica solo was playing off of what was just said,
right,
and they were doing kind of like a question and answer almost, or a call and
Mhm.
response, I think that
Yeah.
could have been really cool.
Uh-huh,
But this was just, okay, I'm gonna just babble, and then you just babble through a
Totally
harmonica.
agree.
And
Yeah.
if they actually
bad
got
part-
Huey Lewis
I
to
mean-
play the harmonica, it'd be much better because he's a good harmonica player. I don't know who is playing it here, but it's an amateur harmonica player.
Well, but like Scott said, the execution's just bad on this. It's just bad.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, let's move to the next one, Corey, please. Let's wash our brains
Okay.
of whatever the hell that was.
Let's spin this fucker.
Hey, motherfuckers, do you know the time? Time to spin this wheel of mine. Which song do we spin tonight? Fuck it, man, let's spin it up right.
Oh, we're going right in order. We're going right to the Sammy Hagar track. Santa's
All right.
going south.
We're going south
for
Yes.
Christmas. All right.
Yes.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, going south for Christmas.
Not a
Not just
euphemism
Christmas,
for oral
just
sex.
going south, you know.
That's right.
Is that the same as going down?
Backing
It
up his
could
lunch
be.
pail.
It is
Look
Sammy
out.
Hagar, and we have discovered over the show he's not great with metaphors. So I'm gonna take a
What are you
huge
talking about?
assumption. I'm gonna
Not
make a
great.
He's
What is
not
it
great.
you don't understand about his metaphors? Why is he not great? I think you understand every one.
Sammy's metaphors are not metaphors; they're metathrees.
They're meta-
Everybody's
Damn,
point
what
their
a
Metamucil
dick. That
off.
is so
T-shirt
clever,
right there.
Kevin. That was
There you
good.
go.
That was good.
That was brilliant. Brilliant.
All right.
Damn.
Well
Oh,
done.
more Sammy singing about sex again. Yay.
It's Christmas sex, though, Sean. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
It's
Christmas
Wait,
sex,
okay, that's
yeah.
okay.
You're the lead counsel for Sammy. Is that a mistrial there? What's the kind of statement is that for
We're not crossing the streams here. This is
Oh, okay.
non-overlapping magisterium.
She
Crossing the
put the
streams, it would be
sausage
bad.
in my
So we're not
stocking.
doing that right now.
All right. This is Santa's Going South for Christmas by the one and only Sammy Hagar.
It's freezing in Chicago, snowing in Toronto. Manhattan ain't too happening, baby. It's pouring rain in San Francisco. Ain't gonna be no white Christmas. Ain't gonna be no reindeer. Ain't gonna be no sleigh bells ringing. Not around here.
All right. Already the mood on the call has improved. Everybody's bopping around. Like, this is more like it, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
first
it
of all,
is.
that album cover is crazy.
Yeah.
As soon as I
was
saw
wondering
it,
if that was gonna get brought up.
as soon as I don't know if any of you saw me, but I literally had to like cover my face because I started laughing. But, no, this is groovy. I like it.
It's
Really
hardly
into
dislike.
holding
That's
back
why Tom
vocally.
Armbruster already says hate it already. I'm like, how?
Whoa.
It's happy. It's
Well,
fun.
I can understand because
Ah.
it sounds like so far it sounds like Sammy is venturing into a territory he's not used to, and that is, and I hate to say it, but it's sounding very country-esque.
Yeah,
And,
it does.
you know,
Hey, Mark. Yeah, I agree, Mark. It has like a honky tonk sound to it a little bit.
Yeah.
A little
know,
bit. And
Nashville.
I
Yeah.
I say that as a Nashville native, so I hear this shit way too many times. Yeah, it sounds like that's what he's doing. So I can understand the hesitation of, oh God, what are you doing, Sammy? However, we're burying the lead here. He said it's snowing in Toronto, and Manhattan ain't happening at Christmas, which we all know that. I mean, we know that's bullshit. Everybody wants to be in Manhattan in Christmas, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Good,
Yeah,
you know what,
yeah.
Mark? Good
There's-
call. Good call.
There's rain in
That's so
San
untrue.
Francisco. Like, what kind of portrait are you painting here, Sammy? This is a bummer. This is such a bummer. It doesn't rain in San Francisco, and you know that.
He's setting you up, Mark, just to lift the gloom.
Yeah,
Come on.
he's setting us up. He's going to fucking Cabo, so it was even a play. Like
Yeah.
he's making us think it's sexy, but he's really going to fucking Cabo.
I
Right?
hope that's where
it's got to
That'd
be
be
it.
so funny.
I hope
That's
that's
why
the
you
chorus.
don't
It's
trust
like
your weather
Christmas
app.
in Cabo. Like I hope that's what it is.
There you go, Christmas in Cabo. Now that's got a ring to it. I like it
You
already.
know what though? I feel like he's holding back vocally a little bit. I feel like if he pushed his voice a little bit harder, this would be more believable. But
Hey, there's plenty of
You're
song
right.
left.
There's a lack of conviction to make a classic Christmas song.
It
Right.
sounds like he's reading it off of a cue card versus he believes this is what he's saying. And it makes me just wonder, which Hallmark movie was this written for?
A San
Christmas with the
Francisco
Crank.
sad Christmas.
A very sunny Christmas.
Yeah. It's raining in San Francisco, a Hallmark movie.
I'm joking, but I guarantee you that's a title somewhere.
No, it was a
Yeah.
segment for a special on the Nashville network, is what it was.
Probably.
All
What
right.
was the title I saw the other Two Couples and a Ghost Christmas? Or something
Two
like that. I'm
Couples
like,
and a
this-
Ghost Christmas?
And a
Is that
ghost,
what-
yeah. Like this has really gone too far.
Todd McGinnity, get us back on track. What do you think of the song so far?
Well, like I said, it's almost like the theme song for Christmas with the Cranks,
Yeah.
because they're saying screw Christmas. You know, I don't want to be anywhere else. We want to go somewhere hot, and I think that's where he's alluding to. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the song is it's much groovier, like you said, head bopping than Dave's. Whatever that was that he was doing, but
Yeah, exactly.
but
Dave's
yeah,
hallucination.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, this one's much better. I like it actually so far.
Yeah, Sean,
It's
you
good.
got a creepy brain on your background. What is that all about?
It's a devourer from D&D.
Oh, okay.
I knew it.
Yes, sir. Always freaks the players out when I bring these guys out. This song is better than the last one, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Christmas songs. Mariah Carey made sure to ruin that for me. But I don't know. I don't know, man.
pretty
It's
low
doing
bar,
nothing
though,
for me
Sean.
yet.
You need to listen to a ton of TSO and you'll change your mind.
It's got a real "Baby Please Come Home" by U2 vibe to it, right? It's kind of the same music.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
from a very special Christmas. So, but it's, you know,
Oh,
shit! It's
Happy
Heath
Festivus.
Oh my god.
I called in a ringer for you guys.
Yes.
It's a Festivus miracle.
My goodness.
Okay, we got to go back and play the first
Heath
song
McCoy
again.
has
Oh, no, we
joined
don't.
us.
No, we do not.
Kevin better start apologizing.
Heath
No,
McCoy,
no,
we listen
Scott's
to.
right. We have to
apologizing
go
for
back.
shit.
We all have to shut up and let him play the
I
first
want to
song
hear
again.
this. I want to hear this. I heard my opposing counsel's been beacon. What's going on?
All right. I'm going to. We're 45 seconds into the Sammy tune. We're going to play you a little bit of Dave's selection from tonight. Here we go. Fuck, I don't want to hear it again.
Late last night, I had a crazy
Is this
dream.
talking
Santa
Christmas
Claus
blues?
dropped
It
in on
is.
me,
Yeah.
Cracked a jar. We all got trashed. Elves got
sad that he knows that
thrashed,
song.
Place got smashed.
So he can thus defend it.
Events unfolded. Tragedy happened. Igloo got flattened. Look out, Santa.
It's fucking terrible, Heath.
I disagree. I think, but I would need to hear more.
I
No,
knew
we're
it.
good with
No,
you.
we're not
disagreeing.
doing it
No,
again.
we're good. We're all right.
I know it. It's a talking blues. It's the talking blues. That's what talking blues is, and it's got some. I don't mind it. I think that's Dave's wheelhouse now.
I went to
Sadly,
a
he
hotel
can't
room
sing
in
anymore,
Las
but-
Vegas, and the kids didn't know who the fuck I was, so I walked away and I went to In-N-Out.
If I was
Talking
getting
about
dinner
Come
at
and
the
Go there, I
Roadkill
think.
Cafe, that's the song I think I would hear.
Come and Go Blues would have been better. Whoever said Come and Go. I went to the Come and Go to get some Canadian
That's right.
smokes and found a girl who do almost anything for a six-pack of Canadian beer.
There's a shirt. It's Come and Go Blues.
Down and come and go.
Not the come and go.
The ejaculate and evacuate. All right,
Oh,
fuck
no.
that song, Heath. I don't know. If I was representing David Lee Roth, I'd be really worried that opposing counsel would bring up this horseshit thing. So,
I gotta hear the whole song. I think I have heard it. And I think I didn't mind it.
but you know what? Yeah,
It's not a rock song. It's
Look,
talking blues. It's
I
like,
know.
It's like Corb Lund does it and stuff. It's,
I know.
It's
and
like
you can do it on your own fucking time because we're not going through that horseshit again.
I'm gonna have to then.
Instead, we're going to play a little more of Sammy Hagar's Santa's Going South for Christmas. Not a euphemism for oral sex.
Around here, I'm back in my tank tops, my board shorts and my flip-flops. I'll take a first class non-stop down Mexico way. Yeah, 'cause Santa's going south for Christmas. Woo! Santa's going south this year. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I say Santa's going south for Christmas. It's Christmas, and he won't be back till summer's here.
Come on, that's
That
all
is-
I'm asking for in a Christmas song. Is just something
Yeah.
catchy and
Is
fun.
that, is that new? Is that new? I haven't heard that.
Oh no, that was 2011. Actually, I think after
Oh.
that he actually recut this with Toby Keith, if I remember correctly.
Well, that's
Oh,
what
no
it
shit.
sounds.
Oh,
It
that
sounds.
makes
It sounds
sense.
like a Toby Keith song. It sounds
Yeah.
like a country. It's like Country Sammy, which I don't mind Country Sammy. And actually, it's a good song. It sounds
There's
good.
my
Sounds-
validation. And on that note, thank you, Corey, for not playing that version. I do not want to hear it.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't do
liked it
that.
up until someone invoked Toby Keith, and then I'm out again.
Oh, no.
I would not subject the people on the call or out there in YouTube land to the Toby Keith, Sammy Hagar version, but just night and day. We go from this fucking, whatever that stream of conscious horseshit blues thing was, to just a fun, kind of guitar driven.
Wait, did you call that horseshit blues?
Horseshit blues, yeah.
I love it.
Oh my god.
I'd have to listen to them both back to back, but yeah.
I
like
dare you to
Talking
try to
Blues. I thought
defend
the
it when
Talking
you go
Blues
back
song
and
was
listen
good.
to it. Heath. I dare you.
Oh, this is council out of chambers. This is this is all ropes
You
are
guys are
off.
defending all the
Look
wrong
out.
people.
I think we already have Scott
The
Everett.
Sammy song's good. The Sammy song's good. It reminds me of his. Well, it's like Jimmy Buffett Sammy, right?
Sure,
it's
yeah.
Jimmy,
Sure,
it's the-
yeah.
the
He
Jimmy
talked
Buffett,
about
he does it
flip flops
well.
again.
Yeah,
like
that's
He knows how to
exactly
write a
it.
song. He knows how to write a song.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like a Jimmy Buffett type of a thing, the whole country rock and roll line. It always confused me because, like, if you look back at Elvis and Johnny Cash, a lot of Elvis's early stuff sounded country,
Oh yeah.
and he ended up over.
Yeah, good point.
Sure.
The 20-aughts were an interesting time period for me because I know that, Mark, I know that you were interested in a lot of rock music in the late 90s and the 20-aughts, but I sort of gravitated, and I'm probably about 10 years older than you, I sort of gravitated to that country music, because a lot of them were influenced by a lot of the artists that I listened to as a kid. Like even Rascal Flatts, you can listen to them and imagine REO Speedwagon in a way, and I feel like Sammy's just trying to, it has a honky tonk sound, but it also has that, that rock and roll sound to it a little bit.
A little
I don't know.
rockabilly.
You're definitely not wrong
rock and
about
roll.
the rock influences, especially with the country artists of that era. That's for sure. But I think what those artists proved is that some things don't need to be blended together.
Well, you know what Tom Petty said modern country sounds like? It's bad rock and roll with fiddles.
Yep.
So,
rock and roll with fiddles.
no, Tom Petty, not Bob Dylan.
Oh shit, you're right. Damn.
Pretty close though. And I completely forgot Toby Keith fucking died. Scott Everett. Rest in peace, Toby Keith. Sure.
Oh yeah, fuck, he
him and Sammy
died.
were tight,
Oh,
him and Sammy
yeah.
were tight friends, eh?
Hey,
Toby
look,
Keith
I'm
and
not
Sammy were
speaking
really
ill
tight.
of the dead. I'm just saying, hey, I did not celebrate your catalog, and you did more harm to Nashville than good. So there you go.
Damn.
I love
And
how you
also,
put
Chris
that-
Christopherson
Wow.
told you to go fuck yourself, and I believe him.
Chris Christopherson had the
Oh.
best line when he told Toby Keith to fuck off. What was it? Please remind me.
Oh my god.
It was such a good
He was
line.
just like,
was
bro, I am a veteran. I will say whatever liberal shit I want to, because he said, I don't want to hear any liberal shit out there, Chris. Like, son, shut up. I am a
Yeah,
veteran.
you don't tell Chris what to do. Fuck
No.
that shit.
Yeah,
Chris
never.
is a
Yeah, there you
legend.
go. Rest in peace, Chris Christopherson.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
The fucking
Dude.
man.
Christopherson's
Fuck with
awesome. I
Chris.
love that old school. I love that Waylon Jennings, Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson,
The Highwaymen.
The Highwaymen.
yeah, all the Highwaymen.
Waylon.
Oh
Cash and
boy,
all that.
Scott Everett
Gary
not
fucking
happy.
Reed.
Wasn't
Ron
there a
Gary
so
story-
many
fucking Reed.
ways.
Thank you, Chaz.
But,
Fucking legend.
Sorry, Scott.
but the Sammy country is more in keeping with the Toby Keith stuff, and it's more in keeping with the, somebody mentioned Rascal Flatts. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
When I was a critic,
garbage.
bash Rascal Flatts all the time. Those fucking pussies,
Brooks and Dunn.
They're terrible.
They're
Yeah.
so shitty. Rascal Flatts is horrible, and then that's like what Sammy's in. Sammy is in lockstep with those guys in terms of
What, with the safe country, Heath? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the kind of the it's closer to the new country thing. I think not that the Sammy song I just heard. I really liked actually.
The thing is, the as shitty as Rascal Flatts may be, they are one of the better ones of modern country, and that's if that tells you anything.
Is Rascal Flatts still considered bro country? Like that whole country thing?
They left that behind.
Yeah.
They did not like that image. They didn't want to be associated with Florida Georgia line.
Ooh,
I found the tail
Those
end
dudes
of that.
are assholes. By the way, we could do a whole podcast about that.
Yeah.
Hey, have another
I
drink,
think you're
Mark. I
giving
want to hear
Scott
more
Everett
about
a heart
Florida
attack,
Georgia
man.
line
I'm
and how they're
sorry,
assholes.
Scott.
I just found the tail end of that Christopherson interchange between him and Toby Keith. Which
Okay.
I guess afterwards he leaned over to Waylon Jennings. Or he leaned over and said, "You know what Waylon Jennings said about guys like him? They're doing to country what pantyhose did to finger fucking."
Right.
Read that.
Ouch.
That's funny.
Oh, that's terrible.
All right.
Oh.
Mic drop moment from Waylon Jennings. Let's go back to the song here.
I'm talking about jet skis, margaritas and palm trees. Now get me out of this deep freeze. I need 85 degrees. Yes, I'm back in my tank tops, board shorts and my flip-flops. I take a first class non-stop down Mexico way. Yeah, Santa's going south for Christmas. Santa's going south this year. Yeah. I say Santa's going south for Christmas. It's Christmas, and he won't be back till summer's here. Well,
All right, before we go to Scott Heskin, I just want to say when Sammy was singing about 85 degrees, 4 very cold people on the call, myself, Kevin Brown, Sean and Todd McGinnity went, "What's that like? 85 degrees for Christmas?"
What does
like,
that feel like? What does that
Oh,
feel like? I'd
I
like
can
to know.
chime in on that.
I can chime in on that.
It's
Hey, you
minus
guys all
10
had
here,
open
and we're
invitations to come
celebrating.
visit me in Vegas.
It feels like zero.
On my way.
Oh, they've never felt that. Never.
No.
Ever.
Does
85.
it really not get that warm
Oh,
up there?
gosh.
Sean mentioned it earlier. He said it was minus 10 today, and it's like, I didn't wear a coat today because it was minus 10. I was so
Yeah,
happy.
exactly.
That's
I had my
warm.
coat wide open outside.
Oh, it's a dry cold, right?
Oh, but
exactly.
Are you talking
85
minus 10
degrees?
Celsius?
Yes,
Yeah.
minus 10 Celsius.
Oh,
Minus
Oh.
10 Celsius.
Guys, is
Mark.
that
Yeah,
Anne
they-
Marie?
no,
Is that Anne Marie
that's-
behind you?
That's
That
the
is the one and only.
That's amazing.
third level
Don't
of hell.
invoke the name of the she devil, please.
The she
Snowbird, man.
devil.
Yeah.
It's
And
nice.
it's only
85
like the
degrees is
13th
nice.
image in the rotation of Anne Murray Christmas albums. Yes.
He's trying to piss me off, Heath, is what he's trying to do.
We are going to
There's
get
more to
some,
come. Just keep watching.
It's
Keep
working.
changing.
we are going to
Parking
get
lot
some
later,
fucking
dude.
Festivus grievances.
That's
here
why we're
tonight,
here.
guaranteed.
This is Festivus.
The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
Go ahead. Let them fly. Let's hear about them.
Okay. So the reason I wanted to stop the song was because I realized this makes absolutely no sense. So he's saying that he's Santa and he's going, shouldn't you be out delivering presents?
Is he saying he's Santa? I think Santa's just joining him down south.
He's too cold to deliver presents. You
Yeah.
gotta go south.
Santa said,
Well,
fuck
the
it,
other
gonna go
thing
party.
too is that the image of Christmas for like most of the publicized part of it is they want it to snow, they want that Christmas feeling, and this is exactly the opposite of that. So who's his target audience here?
People who are cold all the time, like me,
Everybody.
Sean,
Yeah.
Todd,
So
and
used to
Let's
it,
Kevin.
go
you
to
don't-
Cabo, baby.
You can't
Yeah.
feel any. You wouldn't feel anything for weeks if you went down to that. You have to thaw out for a good 4 or 5 months.
I am ready to go to Club Med and meet David Lee Roth there.
They've got some
That's
really
cool.
good
That's
spoken
cool.
word
That's cool.
there.
It's marketed to people like me from the South who don't like it when it gets really cold and we're confused and we get angry. So we want to go further south where it's always warm. I'm
People got
assuming
like
he's talking
one
about
season.
Cabo.
One season, people.
Darren Poltrowitz, you're a David Lee Roth guy. What do you think of this shit Sammy Hagar's throwing at us here?
I think we're missing a common thread here, and that is the writers of the Festivus skit, the episode, are of the Jewish faith, and our man, our Lord and Savior David Lee Roth, is of the Jewish faith.
That's true.
So when you grow up Jewish, you kind of go 10 minutes of Christmas music is all I can take. So I think hearing that horrible Roth Christmas song, that was most of my limit right there. So I think I'm in overdrive mode on Sammy.
Well, just wait, my friend. We got fucking extreme coming a little bit later. But we have to.
Aaron, you better stop. You're cracking me up.
The nerd in me can't resist. It was actually not written by a Jewish man, that episode.
All right.
Spike Ferenston? Who wrote that one?
Did he actually write the Festive episode? Hang on.
Oh God, Mark is going full nerd.
Nazi.
Actually,
The writer
Festivus
of that
episode.
episode specifically, his father created what became Festivus, like in real life, and they had to do an episode about it.
Fucking
shit.
nerds.
It's a
Jeez.
Festivus miracle.
All right, it'll be a miracle if we get 4 songs in tonight. Let's keep
I
going.
know. Go ahead.
Now Santa's getting old, I can't take this much cold. Woo! There we go. Baby, I'm back in my flip-flops, my board shorts and my tank tops. I take a first class non-stop down Mexico way. Yeah, now Santa's going south for Christmas. Woo! I said Santa's going south this year. Yeah, 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 yeah. Santa's going south for Christmas. It's Christmas, and I won't come back till summer's here. I'm telling you what, I said I ain't coming back till summer.
I like this song, but I really don't like the stupid fucking fake drawl shit on the summer and really rolling that, because Sam doesn't sing like that, and you don't need to still make it a good song. That pisses me off.
That's fair.
All those
You know
fake
what doesn't
country bros
piss
from
me
Calgary.
off? Chaz has Dolly Parton in his background, and that's
There
awesome.
we go.
Oh, I
And
love
Anne
it.
Murray.
Corey, I have a
Dolly
question.
and Anne Murray. Wow.
Okay, get Ann the fuck out of there. Keep Dolly there. Dolly's a fucking treasure.
That's quite a threesome
Yes.
you got there. You, Dolly,
Hey,
and Anne
you like
Murray.
this?
Jesus.
This is how we roll.
Fucking
That's it.
fantasy.
Oh, that's just
it.
dirty.
That's it.
Oh, I'm not a fan. Chaz
Uh,
and Dolly.
I
Parton.
get Burton and Gene Simmons meshed together in my background.
Yeah,
fuck
you see
that.
how
Okay, so-
I roll. That's
So Dolly
right.
Parton, Anne Murray, and Chaz.
party.
Shag, marry, avoid. Which order are you going in?
What was it? Okay, say that again. Shag, marry, or what was the third one?
Avoid. Or you can do kill.
Avoid. Okay. I'm going to
Cygnus
shag
X10
I'm shagging
off
Dolly
into
all day,
fucking
fucking every
space.
day. I guess I'm going to marry Anne Murray because I've had enough about Chaz and these backgrounds. So I've got to.
Boot him. Boot him.
Quick question that can go to Kevin Brown, the Sammy Hagar expert on this.
That's
now,
right.
I know that tank top rhymes with flip flop, as we've learned from this song. But have you ever seen Sammy Hagar wear
did.
a tank top in any photo? Because I don't think I've ever seen him wear
Actually,
a
yes,
tank
I
top.
have.
I think
Sammy?
I have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Doing the
Fuck
5150 tour.
think so, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I
not-
owned
I don't know on
some. I
stage, I'm
owned
not
Red
sure on
Rocker.
stage, but-
I actually owned his clothing. The Red Rocker clothing. I had the Sammy tank top. Yeah.
I
Did
have
he
a
not
Sammy
wear it
tank
in-
top as well.
Oh, well, there we go.
I thought he wore it on
Also,
the cover
isn't
of.
one of his like beachy sort of records, like the Jimmy Buffett type of records. Isn't he in a tank top on the cover of one of those? Maybe I'm wrong.
That's what I thought.
But
Yeah.
I thought so.
At the
Tank
very
top rhymes with flip flop.
Anyways,
the
Come on. It rhymed. It was good. It worked.
holy cow, we're
Sammy
almost done
makes
this
that
song.
shit work, man. It
And
was
he
a
has
good
a mop
song,
top.
guys. It was.
Look at the album art. He makes everything work. He's wearing a Santa hat with sunglasses, sitting in
Fucking
the
brilliant,
ocean.
man.
I'm
Is
sitting
that
there in
water
Canada,
dripping from
freezing
his
my ass
beard
off.
in
He's
that
in
photo?
the water.
Dude.
Todd McGinnity's wearing a bunny hug on the call. He's so fucking cold. listening to this, I'm sure getting madder and madder. Todd, what are you thinking, my
Man
friend?
does not know what 85 degrees feels like.
I'm in Saskatchewan now currently as well, so yeah.
Are you?
Ooh,
That's right. Actually,
Saskatchewan.
at the end of this week, Heath and Kevin and I are going to get together. We're going to go see the Randy Woods band. We're going to have a fuck ton of fun. It's a little bit of a podcast meetup. I can't wait.
That sounds like a great time.
Aren't you guys going to record that, or is it going to be a podcast?
We
Didn't
talked
hear
about that.
special?
Kevin Brown
Okay.
had an idea. We should do a once a year podcast where the
Yeah.
four of us just get together and just record wherever the fuck we want to talk about. I'm kind of down for that.
And don't be
Fuck, I would
surprised
take
if
it.
an intrusive FaceTime call comes
right.
in from a Mark Meyer. I'm like, what's up? What y'all doing?
We got to bring Kelsey
Nope.
then too, because she always has the best takes on everything.
I was gonna say, I was like, this sounds like something I want to be part of. I've never been to Canada, so
You should come to Saskatoon then. You know, actually, Kevin and I have tickets to see ZZ Top in June, July, somewhere in there. We're inviting
Nice.
everybody
June,
who's
yeah.
got some disposable cash, wants to fly to Saskatoon. Let's all go to the ZZ Top show.
damn, I
You're
saw
gonna
them
have
last
so
year. They
much
were
fun
really
there.
good.
They're amazing. I saw them.
They're an
Cheap
awesome
Trick
live,
open
yeah.
for them. Yeah, it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. Fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
It'll
kick
be
ass.
Yeah.
plus 6 degrees.
Yeah, if we're lucky, it'll be 6 degrees in June. That's right. As everyone knows, Canada, Saskatchewan gets 1 week of summer. Hopefully, that's the week.
Yeah,
But-
real.
Before we get there, let's finish off this fucking Sammy tune.
Summer's here, baby. One more time. I ain't coming back till summer's here. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, motherfucker. All right, Sammy Hagar. Santa's going south for Christmas. Again, we're just going to do this all at once. Everybody give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. What did we think of this tune? Oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's one down from the David Lee Roth guy, but it's still.
Oh yeah, fucking.
Oh, I see 2. I saw 2 in there. Scott
Two.
was
Okay,
down.
let's
Yeah,
start
I
with
was
Darren
down.
Paltrowitz. Why don't you tell us? Well, let's go around the horn. Well, I go take a whiskey pee break and just let us know why you hate Darren. Why do you hate joy? Why do you hate fun?
I like Sammy Hagar. I just don't like lowest common denominator Sammy Hagar. And this is lowest common denominator. This is LCD Sam System, which
LCD
is
Sam,
very
damn.
lowest
It's a
common
Christmas
denominator.
song.
Oh, that was gonna say, it
Christmas
is a
songs are
Christmas
song.
LCD.
I like
Look,
that.
here's the
No,
here's the
Fountains
thing.
of Wayne
High
had
definition.
great non-generic Christmas songs. There's a lot of great. Weezer had great Christmas songs as well, but this is
Fits in the
this
Tantrums,
is
great
Christmas,
Christmas
music
song.
for
Yeah.
for people who are singing about stuff that isn't reflective of their lifestyle. I'm done.
That's, I mean, you know what? That's fair, but I will say this, Darren, as opposed to the fever dream spoken word nonsense we got, wouldn't you agree at least going south for Christmas is more thematic?
Lesser of two evils, but I need to see what Gary Sharon or Mitch Malloy came
Fair
up
enough.
with.
I mean, that is cool. Scott, what
Mitch
about
Malloy.
what possibly could going south for Christmas not have worked for you?
Well, before I get to that, I'm a little concerned about Chaz's background, why Gary Busey is dressed up like Anne Murray.
That's not nice.
I mean, for the
It's a nice
listeners,
haircut.
for the listeners only who can't see this, there is a striking resemblance of Anne Murray that looks like a Gary Busey crossplay that's happening in Chaz's background, and I think he did that intentionally, but also because Chaz just wants to spread the love of his fandom for Anne Murray.
Yeah,
boy,
and buttered
he-
sausage.
Boy,
I can't
he
think of a
really
better way.
loves, he really loves that cover of Bridge Over Troubled Water. It's insane. Anyway,
Yeah,
I think my mom had this hairdo, and then right afterwards, Anne Marie had it. Said,
I think
"Oh, Eileen looks good here. I think I need to steal this."
I'm pretty sure every mom at some point, probably in the late 90s, early 2000s, had
Probably,
this
yeah.
hairstyle,
Probably true.
including you, Mom. But yeah.
it's not even the hair though; it's the face. It's just 100% the face. I just see Gary Busey under
Buttered
those little-
sausage. Let's
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about buttered
Yeah.
sausage.
Oh no.
You can see it, right?
Jesus,
As-
I leave
as
for
for the
2 minutes and
song,
we're talking about Anne Murray's hair. What the fuck happened?
It's like, Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Okay, did everyone get their thoughts in on the song, Mark, while that was going?
Yeah.
No.
What song? What song are we talking about?
Oh my god.
So for me, the song was, I mean, it was a decent, fairly standard Christmas song, and I expect a little bit more out of Sammy than something that's just kind of, you know, a standard. I thought the solo was pretty good. The walking bass line was nice, but it was a little bit repetitive. It would have been nice to have some alternate lyrics in one or two of the choruses and make it a little bit more interesting. But it was like, hey, I've got my pitch in and I'm just going to keep that in people's head. I really felt more like he was advertising for his company than I did he was singing a Christmas song.
Fair enough. Oh, good. Kevin came back. All right. So that was Sammy Hagar, his contribution to our Christmas show here tonight. Markimeyer, are you going to attempt to pin Christy? What's happening?
I am. It's happening. Wait for it.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Jesus, he got knocked down. Oh, that was so violent. Oh, she killed him.
Championship belt.
Man, we are going to be here a long time if we're going to wait for Mark to pin Christy. It should be can Christy pin Mark? Oh, boy. Are you okay, my friend? Oh, no.
Heel turn.
I was dropped.
His glasses are broken. Look.
Oh, she knocked you the fuck out.
It's
What
fine.
the hell happened there?
She got me. She
Knocked
caught me
his
off
ass
guard. It's fine. It's fine. This fight is far from over.
Okay, I got to know.
I wasn't
okay.
pinned.
You were not pinned. That's true. But Darren Paltrowitz put a shot of Gary Busey as Buddy Holly on his backdrop. What's that about?
All right. Okay. Jokes aside, his Buddy Holly is tremendous. If you guys have not seen Gary Busey in the Buddy Holly story, it is fantastic. This is before his head injury, mind you.
That is true.
I concur.
But musically, is it that great? Listen to him do
like Buddy
Peggy's.
Holly.
Well, I do. I love Buddy Holly. That's why when I listen to Gary Busey do Peggy Sue, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh.
Would you prefer Nicolas Cage's version of it?
Probably not. No. I will say Gary Busey, also nominated for an Academy Award for that performance, was really good. But he also did his own vocals. That's all I'm going to say. Buddy Holly, a little bit better singer than Gary Busey, even before the head injury.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm a little worried that Todd is going to fall asleep if we don't include him more. Todd, your thoughts? Gary Busey versus Buddy Holly. What's happening, Todd?
Well, regarding Sammy's song, at the very beginning, when you guys had AC/DC playing as a Christmas song with the lyrics and kind of, I'm not sure if that was AI or how you did that, but
No, that was actually just a mix. A guy took all the lyrics from Dirty Deeds and just separated the vocals from the music and put it to what the fuck was the tune? I don't even remember now. I even played the fucking Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Yeah.
It was Brenda Lee.
Yep.
It was Brenda Lee. Yeah.
And Michael was talking earlier about Elvis, and when I was listening to him sing this song, I was like, you know what, this sounds like an Elvis tune.
Sure.
If you had somebody who knew how to take Sammy's voice out and put Elvis's in there, you would say, yeah, that's an Elvis tune, definitely, in his early years.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, Mark, before we're going to play the third track. We don't have to spin the wheel anymore because we're going to save the surprise track for the end. We won't have to say too much about that one. We're going to play Extreme next. But before we do that, Mark, I believe you have another sponsor read from our good friend Sarah to her brother Oz.
I do. We here at And the Podcast Will Rock just want to take a minute to give another shout out to Oz, who is such a big Van Halen fan. He even named his two sons David Edward and Michael Alexander. He's a great father, brother, and a friend. And Amity, as you know, means friendship. So another shout out to Oz.
Look at that fucker. He is cool as hell. Did you see? Like, look at that. Playing the guitar.
Look at that guy. Yeah.
Just dripping rock and roll goodness right there.
And who doesn't love
sweet guitar, man?
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet
Definitely
axe.
an Edward Van Halen follower. And here, you come to the right place for that.
That's right. Thank you for listening to the show, Oz, and have a very, very Merry Christmas. And your sister is fucking awesome for thinking. I thought that was such a cool idea for a Christmas present. I'm going to sponsor a podcast for you. So we're doing this show for Oz and for Sarah, too. And I'm sorry that we had to listen to the shit we had to listen to so far. Although I did like the Sammy tune. Let's find out if Extreme is going to save the night here. This is a little track from a very special Christmas 2 called Christmas Time Again.
Dick in the dirt.
It's a Pink Floyd Christmas.
No kidding.
The delicate sound of Christmas, Jazz.
You know what? I'm not playing the right fucking tune, am I?
Are you fucking kidding me? As I was going to say, is that Pink Floyd?
I don't even know what the fuck that
Regarding,
was. Because I'm like, I don't remember there being a
Dave
guitar.
Gilmore fucking demo or
Damn
something?
it. I was
Here,
like,
here we go.
where did they
Here we go.
full Dream Theater?
This is more like it.
Dick
Oh,
in
yeah.
the dirt.
Feel the Christmas goodness.
Christmas always goes too fast. It's up to us to make it last. And all I want for Christmas is love.
Just fuck right off. First of all, we're joined on the call by Deadpool, apparently.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
hey,
got
fuckers, how's it going?
He's got a
Awesome.
regarding Van Halen 3 backdrop. I don't know who the fuck this could be.
I heard you guys were playing Gary, and I just had to come.
Now, define come, because if you're a Gary fan, I tell you, like, can you? I'm picturing the producer of a very special Christmas 2 saying, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna ask Extreme. You got Nuno Betancourt in your fucking band. Do us a Christmas track. Do an original Christmas song with Nuno Betancourt." And they release this, and there's not a hint of guitar on this fucking song.
So what the fuck was this? The Phantom of the Opera? Is that what we're listening to?
So Corey, I was actually thinking about that just a second. And when Part of Graffiti came out in what, 92, 91?
91?
90. So, and this is 92. So this is like right off the heels of their more popular songs, which they weren't really rockers.
They
so
weren't,
much,
but was
you
there
know?
a guitar on them? There was an acoustic
No, there
guitar.
was. I'm
Yeah.
not disagreeing with that. It's just that, I can understand why they selected to go this route instead of, let's say like Bon Jovi doing, what did he do? Did he do the reindeer song, Run Rudolph Run, I think?
I thought it was Please Come Home for Christmas. I think he
Brian
did.
Adams
Yeah.
did.
Brian
Run,
Adams?
Run, Rudolph.
Yeah, Brian Adams did Run Rudolph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like I can understand why they went this route, but yeah, it would be nice to have a guitar in it.
I don't know, it's
I'm just going
very
based off the album cover that they weren't taking this very seriously.
Well, that album cover is actually Keith Haring artwork. If you're familiar with his work,
It is.
There's a Canadian joke in there somewhere about all the Canadians on the call jumping to is like, nope, that was Brian Adams. That was Brian Adams. Like very quickly.
His version of Run Run Rudolph is fucking great.
No, I agree. I know.
That was on a very special
is.
Christmas 1. On a very special Christmas 2, we have Christmas All Over Again by Tom Petty, which I'm a fan of, but it turns out Chaz is not, which I thought was shocking.
What?
Yeah.
Who said such a thing? Dare you?
We have
That's like a
That was said in
classic Christmas
confidence in
track.
chambers.
Oh, sorry.
How
Sorry.
dare you?
We have Jingle Bell Rock by Randy Travis. The
No.
Christmas Song by Luther Vandross. Santa Claus is
Yeah,
Coming to
Luther's
Town by
cool.
Frank Sinatra and Cyndi Lauper, which is maybe one of the greatest duets of all time. The Birth
Yes.
of Christ by Boyz II Men. Please Come Home for Christmas,
Yes.
John Bon Jovi. What Christmas Means to Me by Paul Young, who was born to make fucking sad Christmas songs. Oh Christmas Tree by Aretha Franklin. Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree by Ronnie Spector and Darlene Love, which is fucking amazing.
No, we need
come
that
on.
one about the
Come
shoes,
on.
the Christmas shoes. My mom's gonna
No,
die.
no.
Gotta get the
Ronnie
shoes.
Spector and Darlene Love.
Never that
Oh,
fucking song. Ever. No.
You're
no,
all
don't
on
you
crack.
ever bring that song up in my presence again, Chaz.
White Christmas by
No.
Michael Bolton. Christmas is by Run
Boo.
DMC. Merry Christmas Baby by Charles Brown and Bonnie Raitt. Oh Holy Night by Tevin Campbell. Sleigh Ride by Debbie Gibson, Scott Haskins' girlfriend. Vanessa Williams did What Child Is This? Blue Christmas by Ann and Nancy Wilson, which is fucking amazing. Silent Night by Wilson Phillips. I Believe in You by Sinead and Connor. And then this original composition, Christmas Time Again by, it's credited to Extreme, but it's Nuno Betancourt and Gary who wrote this track. And it's just 5 minutes and 6 seconds of fucking toothache-induced schmaltz.
Yeah, I mean, their first couple of hits were adult contemporary hits. I mean, yeah, all right, not adult contemporary, but they were popular. They were crossover, right?
There's no adults in there.
Darren Paltrowitz, you got a picture of Carmen Apiece in your background there. Are you missing some drums on this track? What's happening?
Is it a piece? Is it Apathy? Is it a piece?
Yeah, who the hell said Apathy on some other show?
It's
It all
Vinny
depends.
Apathy and Carmine Apiece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
'Cause that's how
Thank you,
brothers
Scott.
work.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
my head canon, it's Carmen Apiece.
Fair.
Todd and I have the same thing too.
Apiche. It's Apiche. Come on,
It's a
guys.
Apiche. I know it's a
So we got one McGinnity and one McGinnity, or how does that work?
That's absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
It's
McGinnity, McGinnity, tomato, tomato.
Well,
Corey, there's
considering
your divider for third and fourth favorite McGinnity now.
hey Scott, can you keep a secret? Todd was always like number one for me. Todd is fucking cool as hell.
Spoilers.
I just think
It's
we need a
the Deadpool
sweepstake.
McGinnity. They
We
need a
need a s-
Deadpool McGinnity.
Yeah, we need a
is what they
sweepstake on how long it's going to take before Scott passes out from dehydration from the fucking sweat he's going to be going through with that mask on.
It's already
Take the mask
happening.
off,
It's
Scott.
already
Not
happening.
who?
He's already tasting his genitals right now. It's fine.
Whoa.
Oh,
Easy now. There's a
I
lady.
feel like
on
I'm
the
in a
call.
locker room.
gonna
Yeah, no
have some
kidding.
dirty martinis, Mark. You want
Poor
some dirty
Kelsey.
martinis to go with that?
No, I don't. But Christy's having them for
Right.
me. Yeah.
I could tell
I don't
that.
know why that
This
mask
is
looks
whiskey.
more like crank anchors to me. You guys remember crank anchors?
I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Explain it to the Canadians on the call. What is that?
Crank Anchors was a show where celebrities were making real crank calls to people, but then the show utilized them as for the audio as puppets.
Oh, okay.
So it was puppets making phone calls to puppets.
Okay. The exact culture I would expect from Americans. Heath McCoy, you're a Dave Lee Roth guy over at Sammy Gay. What's your thoughts on Extreme?
The guy that gave us Trailer Park Boys. But anyway,
I
Touche,
don't mind
touche.
Extreme. Like I find Extreme a little bit cheesy. I think Extreme, and I saw Extreme recently live too, and with the Live in Color tour.
Yes, so did I. I saw the same
Extreme
tour.
Extreme is it's the Nuno show. I love Nuno Betancourt. I love a lot of Extreme musically. I find Gary. Not even apologies to Gary. I just find him. I can see why he didn't work in Van Halen. He just doesn't have both him and Dave, Sammy and Dave. They, whatever you think about them, they both have like a ton of testosterone and balls. The way Gary moves on stage, he's all agile like Dave and everything. But the thing is, Dave, when he did it, he was like a kung fu fighter. When Gary does it, he looks like it looks like a figure skater, I mean,
ballerino.
and that's
Kung fu victim.
There's something, and yeah, he's there. I mean, he's a really powerful lyricist, or not lyricist, vocalist, I should say.
Do
Gary's a
you
powerful
know how
vocalist.
hard it is to figure skate?
Ballerino.
Do you know how hard it is to get on that ice? I mean, you're Canadian. You understand. Like, getting on that ice is difficult.
You play hockey. Come on.
They're born
It ain't
to
rock and roll.
Skate.
I mean, no. I just think, whoa.
I don't know. I think I appreciate Extreme. I think they're fun. They were a good, cool band to see live. They're not my band. They're never a band that I'm gonna, love. There's certain
fair.
singles that I love, and I love Nuno Betancourt's amazing guitarist. But yeah, they're a mixed bag for me. Extreme.
All right, Heath, let me ask you, because I saw the same show you did just in Regina. Did the middle of the set drag down, and was the encore fucking weird? Because that was kind of my two takeaways. Like, when they get into like the deeper cuts in the middle of the set, and it goes on for like a really long time, it's like, okay, this is a little too much. And then
Yeah. It dragged down a bit, but what kept it up was Nuno. Like, he had
Yeah.
the extended solo. That was middle part, if I recall.
Yep.
And that was incredible. Like,
But they played a few songs that are like really deep cuts, and then the fucking encore. You kind of go from that would have been cool actually if they played Experience Regina, but no, they went from like More Than Words into Banshee, and it was just kind of a weird transition.
Yeah,
Oh, that is
I
weird.
recall. Yeah, it was honestly, I was more there to see Living Color than I was to see, it's more because of my this show is why I was there more to see Extreme.
Oh, Christmas
I was
Dead.
more
Scott,
there to
look
see
at
Extreme.
Scott. Scott's dying.
Yeah, he's not happy. Go ahead, Scott.
Oh, this is Deadpool Scott.
I
Because regular
mean,
Scott
first
would
of
never
all,
do this.
first of all,
Yes.
I mean they completely changed the set list by the time you guys saw them. So I mean, I don't know what they were thinking with that sequencing, but it was tight when I saw them. I really enjoyed it. You know, they opened up with Rebel, right, from their new album, which is great.
That's a good
And
track. Yeah.
yeah, it's great. I don't know what they did with the set list though. By the time they came around to you guys, I guess they felt like they needed to change it up or something, but it was totally messed up by then.
I thought the show I saw was fairly tight for somebody who's not that big of an Extreme fan. I walked away pretty happy with it. I thought it was a good show. I was blown away by Nuno, and the hits sounded great. And yeah, the other stuff in the middle, some of it dragged for me, some of it didn't. But yeah.
Yeah, here's what I'm talking. So they opened with "It's a Monster," then in a Decadence dance, which is weird because they should be inverted. Then #Rebel, which is fine. Rest in peace, great tune. Hip Today, and then they do a medley, fine. Play With Me, Other Side of the Rainbow, cool. Wholehearted, then Cupid's Dead, and then they go into Am I Ever Gonna Change, Thicker Than Blood, and Midnight Express, which is like
right.
Like
Jesus,
that's three fucking songs that you don't
yeah,
put together.
man, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then we got More Than Words, Banshee, and then Flight of the Moon and Bumblebee, Get the Funk Out, and then that's the end of the main set. And then
that's weird.
For the encore, they do Small Town Beautiful into Song for Love, and then Rise, which is just really fucking weird. So you're going like Small Town Beautiful, which is kind of, mid-tempo, into Song for Love, which we covered on the show, which nobody apparently was a real fan of, and then into Rise. And it was just kind of, it's very disjointed. It's like having sex with Kevin Brown. It's like it's bumpy. There's no rhythm to it. It's ultimately quite disappointing.
Well, I mean, and speaking of
Counselor Brown, what do you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to say about this?
I thought he meant extreme. I was going to say, yeah, fair enough.
I mean, speaking of bumpy though, I mean, this is the spiritual successor to When I First Kissed You, right? Which you guys covered on Pornograffiti. I mean, if this comes in sequence right with that, I mean, they're pretty much very similar tracks. They're thematically, you can imagine this is Francis, kind of enjoying himself on a nice Christmas night.
Okay,
glory,
sir.
I'll try and listen to it under that lens that this is Francis, playing a Christmas tune. Let's see if he
He's
gets
just
any
having a
better.
good time.
Sure, let's let Christmas time again. Here we go.
Come that morning and I see you smile. It only lasts a little while. How come we seem to push it all aside? Don't you know that it's Christmas time again? I'm happy for you. You know it comes and goes, so let's pretend that it'll last for you.
Can we get a wellness check on Todd McGinnity? He hasn't moved in about 20 minutes. Todd, are you okay?
Corey, I think you and I are going to be, because I know that you kind of showed your hand on this one. I think we're going to be in disagreement on it. I've been thinking about it a lot, and there's something about this particular song, the way it builds, the vocals, I think are great in it. I think Gary's doing a really good job with the vocals. And, like for a rock band to pull off things like a cappella, and it's I don't know. I think it fits the mood of, I guess, the season, if you will, as much as anything,
You are.
But I know it's not a popular one. I know a lot of people don't like it, but there's something about, I'm not a big Extreme fan, to be honest with you, but I didn't even know it was them when I bought the CD back in the day. And I kept gravitating to this particular song. And you read the song list, on this album. It's not as good as the first one that came out 5 years prior.
Right.
That was a good album. Yeah, that first one.
Yep.
But, like even the Frank Sinatra, Cyndi Lauper, it's a timepiece because Sinatra released those duets back then where he was recording his piece separately from everyone else that was on those albums. And, you know, this song, like I said earlier, it just seems to be a carryover from what worked for them on popular radio. You know, of course, there's no guitar in it, but I don't know. There's something about the song that I like, you know?
You don't
So far for me, it sounds like a Broadway tune. It doesn't even sound like Extreme. Not even Gary sounds like Gary so far, and it sounds like Extreme does Broadway, which is I think where Gary normally would go. Like
somebody,
well, you know, but for the period though, I mean, they're known for More Than Words. They're known for
Yeah.
Wholehearted, and I think like we're hearing here, right? That I think for a band that has reached this level of success with those kinds of songs, this is a great one. I do agree as well because I had the series and I was buying them as they came out. This was a standout track on the record. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think this is, you know, for all the reasons that have been said.
I will say
it fits the season and it's a sweet spot.
Right. I will say Michael's not wrong in everything he said. I will say though that Bryan Adams doing Run Run Rudolph, John Mellencamp doing I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, YouTube doing Baby Please Come Home. They kind of make those songs their own. This doesn't sound like Extreme. And I think that's what I object to. This isn't an Extreme song.
No.
The harmonies are good and all, but I would expect them to kind of, you know, do an Extreme Christmas track. This is like, we're going to try and do a Christmas song kind of outside of our wheelhouse. When you listen to John Mellencamp do I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, that is 100% a John Mellencamp arrangement of that song. And Extreme didn't go
and
that
it also
route.
has become a Christmas classic because it's that fucking good.
Exactly.
Right? Because
Whereas
he was
this
able
one,
to be that
not so much.
authentic with it, which we're also kind of not hearing.
So I
100%,
just had a
100%.
thought. I just had a thought. The second album, a few of the songs that you mentioned, Corey, a couple of them were already recorded on the first album.
Right.
I think Silent Night was Stevie Nicks. And there was another one that you mentioned that did you say the Bruce Springsteen one on the first album? I think you mentioned it again on the second one. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
Springsteen does Santa Claus is Coming to Town, right?
Merry Christmas Baby is on the
Well, this
second
is where the Run DMC song came from too, right?
Run DMC, I think, had two separate songs.
They did. That's right.
Yeah. But I feel like with this song, maybe the producer of the album said, we want an original piece. You know, we don't want Extreme to sing Silent Night or to sing, you know, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, you know, which, you know, may have worked for them. It's similar to this, you know?
Yeah.
And so, and they went out and they wrote this song, you know, it's completely original, which is pretty impressive too. But anyway.
I see Todd taking his sweater off. It must be up to -7.
Yeah.
You know, I think, but if you're gonna ask a band to come in and write an original song, you're asking them because you want their style, right? You want them to do something that would be what they're known for. So it would kind of be weird for them to say, hey, we want you guys to do a song that sounds really nothing like what you're known for and be a part of this album.
Yeah. So here, how about do this one? Just do this one.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what we're thinking, but you're Extreme, so go do this one. Make it Extreme. Sing it a cappella.
Michael brought up Frank Sinatra. I've been doing an album a day post for the last month, going through my vinyl collection, and this was my album today.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Little Frank Sinatra for you.
Is the Tom Petty song in this album original?
Yeah.
Christmas all over the world.
Yeah.
So I mean, so arguably that's that sounds more like Tom Petty than this sounds like Extreme. I guess that's, you know, that's my point there.
Yeah, I would be more excited by an Extreme sounding Christmas song than what they delivered. If they give us like a super funked up Christmas tune with some Nuno guitars on there, that would have been fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, that's true.
They read like Gary lyrics, I'll say that.
That's a good point, yeah.
It sounds
Kelsey,
Kelsey,
what are your thoughts?
All that that implies.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to hear from the one woman on the panel. Kelsey, what are your thoughts on Gary Cherone in Extreme in this song?
In this song specifically, I think he sounds heavenly. To be honest,
he does have a very good
I really
voice.
like his voice. Like, but yeah, like I agree with everyone else as far as like this doesn't sound like an Extreme song. Like you could, I don't know, even I guess I don't really know if you told me to like guess who this was. I don't know what I would say, but I also Extreme would not probably even be in the top 5 of who I would guess.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think they sound good, but I agree with everyone as far as like, yeah, this doesn't sound like Extreme, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I guess like granted, I haven't heard the rest of the album, but like if the other artists like took the rest of the songs and made it their own, then you would think that they would do something like that. But I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad, to be honest. Maybe like I said, maybe it doesn't fit in with the rest of the album, but I think like the song it's very like holy. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a Christmas tune. This is something you would hear in like a church.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Good
So
point.
that's how I feel about it.
Yep. Sean McGinnity, you can't pronounce the name Pornography, but what are your thoughts on this song so far?
Damn.
This song's putting me to sleep. It's just one of those like
Yeah.
background music songs. There's like nothing's happening. It's just
Soporific.
it's just
It's the third one on the Advent.
Yeah, it's a conductor song.
It's the third on the Advent. I like that. Todd, what do you think? Are you missing some guitars? If you got Nuno Bettencourt doing a Christmas song, you kind of want some guitars at some point, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, the same as they did, You Are the World or whatever. Like when everyone had their flavor, you know who it was by the way that they sang. When it came to this, all I could picture was Styx harmonies.
Oh, good one, yeah.
Paradise
Yeah.
Theater era. Like when they were going at it, it was like, this doesn't sound like Extreme at all.
Yeah, no, Styx is a great comparison. Good job.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Heath, you are commonly wrong on music opinions. What do you think?
I don't like it. I think I agree with what the people who have said it doesn't sound anything like Extreme. It doesn't sound anything like Extreme. Whoever said that it was putting them to sleep, it's putting me to sleep. If you were to do it like a More Than Words type thing and then have a Christmas a Christmas song be that way, that'd be one thing. But this, it doesn't sound like them. It's heavenly, but as Kelsey said, but in the suckiest of ways. It's
I love that.
it's just
wow.
Yeah,
Damn, okay, go off.
It's a dud. It's a dud.
Heaven's
It's a dud.
alive.
It's heavenly,
Well,
but in the
Heath just
suckiest
said
of
what,
ways. That is
what
brilliant.
Corey just said. We're glad you joined the call.
That's right. Scott Monroe, tell Heath McCoy why he's wrong. Scott?
He's wrong.
Sorry,
Deadpool.
No, I mean, and I think Kelsey hit the nail on the head. It does, it sounds like a church song with the organ. And, listen, we know Gary is a religious guy. So I think that was by design. He wanted it to sound kind of churchy. I think the main issue that you guys are talking about is it doesn't build to anything. I would be okay with this kind of for the first minute, but then you need to bring in the guitars, you need to bring in the funk and kind of build it up a little bit. So I
They
think
got the funk out.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just doesn't go. It sustains this vibe for way too long, and they really needed to change things up and bring that extreme flavor out. Otherwise, it's just kind of a Gary solo, with some Nuno harmonies weaved in there. So it has so much more potential than it does. That said, I think Gary sounds great, and the harmonies are nice. So I'm cool with it. I mean, it's not anything special, but I don't mind listening to it. That's
All
Oh,
for
right.
sure.
Darren Paltrowitz, as of right now, I don't believe Extreme have demonetized you. What are your thoughts on Extreme and this track?
They have not. Their management sent a very rude thing in my direction a couple of years ago, but that's a different story for a different time. I think that a lot of our favorite bands, the singer is fantastic. The guitarist or lead instrumentalist kind of person's fantastic. And the magic of the two people together is what makes it fantastic. And then we hate their solo albums and we hate their solo projects. We can say that about a lot of our favorite Van Halen related people. In this case, what do we love Nuno for? The guitar playing. What do we love Gary for? The complementary vocals alongside Nuno and the frontman kind of stuff. And this track gives us none of this. It is an original thought. Oh, by the way, Sean, that's a great background. Well done. But unfortunately, we're just not getting what we want from Extreme. Now, if the track was credited as Gary and Nuno, that kind of a thing, different ballpark. But calling this Extreme, you're just going to want to get the funk out of there. What's the best pun? Elsie, what's the best pun for that? For like instead of like get the funk out, do we have one?
Not
I'm
as of yet.
horrible making it puns.
It's not wholehearted. It's who farted.
Yeah,
This
how
is a
many
real
say
stinker?
why?
I don't know.
It almost seems like their management went to Extreme and said, A Very Special Christmas was a big hit, and for the sequel album they want you to do a song, and so Gary and Nuno were like, well, you know what, More Than Words was a hit, Wholehearted was a hit, let's give him kind of more in that, and so what you get is
I think it's fucking stock. Which part of that is unclear to you?
it's not Extreme. It's not even Gary and Nuno at their best. Like, let's just put out a stock Christmas song in the vein of More Than Words.
Yep.
And so for the people like us who are looking for a little more extreme, give us some Pat Badger, give us some Paul Gary. Like, we know those are great players. Like, fucking give us a cool extreme song. We're not getting that. We're getting like, you want stock, vanilla, down the middle of the road Christmas shit. Here you go. It's called Christmas Time Again. And for mainstream audiences, it might work.
Yeah.
But for us on the call, it's kind of tough to listen to. So let's try and get through it. Here's a little more.
It's being played on speakers in the malls and the
Exactly.
shops as people are out there.
Yeah,
spending their
stay
money.
quiet, Kevin.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Saint Nick seems to disappear. It brings us toys but leaves a tear. The day is done, but the spirit should remain. It's times like these we need a change. A calendar to rearrange. I'll make sure it'll last all year. Don't you know that it's Christmas time again? I'm happy for you. You know it comes and goes, so let's pretend that it'll last. Oh, Christmas time again. I'm happy for you. You know it comes and goes, so let's pretend that it'll last. Oh,
Look, we're all being very eloquent and picking apart and saying this. It's a fucking shit song. I don't think it's not that it's Extreme doing something that doesn't sound like Extreme. It's just a terrible song. Like, what is it even about?
It's a good
Like
call.
Fairy Tale in New
We're
York,
happy
like,
for
Paul, there's
you.
a
It's
narrative.
Christmas. We're happy for you.
Stop the Cavalry by Jonah Louis got this narrative about the soldier coming back from war, 2,000 Miles by the Pretenders. These are all good Christmas songs because they're actually about. This is just putting the word Christmas in a bunch of bland shit lyrics. It's terrible.
Well,
It's
Brian
building,
P on
though.
paying
YouTube.
attention
Building.
to your
Are you going
lyrics.
somewhere?
I've been dissociated this entire time. I have no idea what this song is about because I can't latch onto it.
No.
So you're
Right,
right.
yeah.
The thing is, you guys are forgetting. Extreme was trying their hardest to jump aboard the train that Mannheim Steamroller was rolling here. They wanted to
Okay.
sound just like
What?
Mannheim Steamroller.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Who doesn't?
That's a reference.
Yeah.
That is a reference, but if you've
Wow.
heard Mannheim Steamroller and their
Yeah.
Christmas albums, then you understand what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mark,
not wrong.
I have a question, a technical question for you.
Go ahead.
You are a singer. Would you ever sing the word "you" as Gary Sharon does in this song?
You.
You. No,
Not
no,
like
you
that. No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
But then again, I'm trained to not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark's trying to sing. "You."
It comes out more like, something else, not that.
Sing it
think
for us,
this
Mark.
was-
How would you sing that line?
I'm not gonna do it here.
Okay.
But just it's not that.
It's not that. Gotcha.
I think this would fit into that part of the Christmas movie after they start falling in love, and then one of them does something that the other one misunderstands, and they get in a fight, and the other one's going to leave town
Right.
and go take that job that they weren't going to take because they thought they were falling in love. And then when
Oh, is that
everything's
the movie,
fine
is
at
that
the
the movie
end,
with Katherine Heigl in it, Scott?
it's the one with everyone in it.
Yeah.
And then at the
Heigl
end,
or-
At the end, they're like, "Oh my God, you're the one for me," and everything works out. This is the song you play.
This sounds like
This
a
is not even.
song.
This is not even worth a Katherine Heigl. This is like a Kirk Cameron. It's like
Oh.
a. It's like a
Oh, no.
Hallmark. It's like one of those
Ow.
Hallmark Christmas movies. That's where this belongs.
This
Cameron,
sounds
no,
like
he's
it
like
belongs
cable
in
access.
the in the unmade Howard the Duck Christmas sequel.
Okay,
A
so
lot of people know about that.
No,
When it
the
happened.
fucking Star Wars special, Redux.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Get out of here.
we're not going there.
At the end with the Ewoks, and no, with the Wookiees, the Wookiee families, Chewie's family at the end. They're all singing this. It's Christmas,
maybe-
and we're happy for you.
Okay,
Maybe
so
the one where Kirk Cammon's run out of people to do movies with, and he has to have his sister play his love interest.
okay, so let's write a Hallmark movie where David Lee Roth talks a Christmas song that a bunch of idiots on a YouTube show make fun of, and then Kelsey Van Halen has to kind of make him feel better about it, and they fall in love. And they listen to Christmas Time Again, and they hold hands while walking down the beach. And Sammy's there in Cabo, talking about his fucking flip-flops for some reason.
Tank tops.
Yeah, tank tops, flip-flops.
Tank top,
which-
flip-flop.
He's
which
working
totally
at a surf
rhyme.
shop,
They rhyme.
Surf shop. That all rhymes. There you go.
And then at the end, David takes his mask off, and it's been Gary Sharon the whole time.
Okay, so Kelsey
Talking about a
just said
horror movie.
barf. I don't think she likes her movie.
And then Mitch Malloy walks in.
Oh, no.
Poor old Mitch.
Poor Mitch. Poor Mitch has been
And
so
says, "I have
hurt
tapes of me doing it better."
John, these revolving backgrounds are killing me. Every time I look up, it's something different.
Corey, please, we got to get through this.
We gotta get
This
Okay,
is season
okay.
2 of regarding the regarding.
Yes,
series.
exactly.
Yeah.
Regarding Christmas Time Again. Holy fuck. Let's do it.
That is it.
Let's get through this fucking song.
Oh, that's just awful. Poor Sean
Like I'm
on the.
hallucinating.
If you can see Sean's video, his
So
face says
yeah.
it all. Dear Lord, why? Why?
Whoa.
Oh,
my god.
What a
And
note.
let's look at those board totals. We've raised $18 million for Farm Aid.
Oh, come on. This is the Jerry Lewis telethon at like 2 a.m.
shit,
Come
yeah.
on.
I will say, we know that Extreme was Queen fixated.
Yep.
I don't want to
Don't
offend the
even
Queen
go there.
fans here, but I feel like they're trying to go for a Queen thing. They're trying to go for a Queen thing there, the way they're going.
Hey, I
The
will
only,
say,
the only thing they've got right is they've used synthesizers about as effectively as Queen did in the 80s.
and they put the word Christmas in the song. Thank God It's Christmas is twice the song that this is.
Can you guys put Mariah Carey on instead?
No, fuck
Or
no, let's
Wham.
not go
Did you
too
play
far.
Wham?
Yeah, I had to go for Wham.
Boy, that's bad when you say, can you please play
ventured
Wham?
off to Wham
No,
Holla
the song,
because I
like-
heard that song. So no.
There's a song about a kid and he needs shoes for his mom. She's dying.
No!
You gotta get that fucking song.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's still going. Shit. Thought we missed it.
Oh no, we got a ways to go yet.
Damn, that's crazy.
Maybe Nuno will kick into something.
Oh no, well here we go.
Fuck off.
we gotta hit the medley. We gotta pick like 2 or 3 other Christmas songs to touch on. That's pretty classic.
Jeez. Oh boys, you had your opportunity to do something cool for Christmas, and this
I'm
is
with
the.
you, Sean.
Jeez Louise.
I'm just so glad the guitar solo saved this song, though, for me.
Exactly right. You got Nuno Betancourt. Do a cool guitar solo here.
Yeah.
Holy fucking hell.
Thank God for that guitar solo. Oh wait.
Oh, woo.
Could you imagine going to like Yngwie Malmsteen and saying, "We want you to do a Christmas song, but we don't want you to play guitar. We just want you to play a harpsichord."
No.
That was, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because I found it interesting that it sounded like a harpsichord in there. I'm sure it was the keyboard, but there was no guitar, but there was a harpsichord, which is really unusual for a rock band to throw something like that in.
Unless you're Ghost.
Unusual is one word for it. Stupid would be another one.
If you're trying to play up to the sounds of
Mark's
the season,
right. Unless you're Ghost. Ghost makes
you're
it work.
Ghost, which for better, however you feel about that.
They make it work.
You know,
All
I
right.
think this song though does raise an interesting question in that what day did the Lord create Extreme, and couldn't he have rested on that day too?
Wow.
All right. We have.
Damn.
All right, we're gonna vote on this one. Everybody, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. I see a lot of thumbs down. There's one thumbs up. God
Poor
bless you,
Michael.
Michael. But people are not a fan.
All right, fine. Darren, please enlighten us.
I was actually expecting Sean to grow 6 more arms so he could give it more thumbs down.
Yes. Yes. Well, my penis was pointing downward. Trust me.
And to all a good night.
Never to be two messing
Corey
together.
had to leave after that.
I guess that's better than the alternative, right? Anyway, Darren, you voted upwards.
Depends on the line of fire, Mark.
Yeah, I like a good comedy record.
Oh,
God.
Boom, nailed it. Oh, well, there you have it. That's
summed that one
was
up.
awful.
Where
That
was
was,
Scott on that? Where was Scott on that?
Oh, I'm a down. Just like I mean,
Oh.
it needs to build. The first minute was okay, but it needs to build. But I do.
right.
Hey guys, it's a concept song. It's Francis. Okay, he had his first
concept
he-
song.
It is. It totally is. He kissed his prostitute, and then he ran off to a church. Okay, and then he started singing with the choir, and one thing led to another, and we got this song.
God, I miss
Oof.
Vegas.
Wow.
sometimes even Deadpool has to reach, because that was a reach.
It's gonna be in the tweet, man.
Oh, there's a manifesto
I hope
coming
it
on
is.
that.
I
You
hope
know
it
it.
is.
It has that line in there, "I'm happy for you," so it's got to be a breakup song, right?
I'm
I mean,
happy for you. Yeah.
like it's Christmas time again, "I'm happy for you." It's like it's something that somebody would say after a breakup.
Or somebody who's really misogynistic, like, I'm happy for you. You get to be with me.
Yeah. I
Damn.
never thought it would come a time where an extreme Christmas song would be lamer than a Smashing Pumpkins Christmas song, because I love the Smashing Pumpkins, but they are very pardon the pun, melancholy. They're very kind of somber in a lot of their songs, and yet their Christmas song made me feel more Christmas spirity than this song ever did. And this
Now,
is
are
the first
you-
time I'm hearing. I'm hearing it, so it's like that just seems like weird.
Are you referring to the one on the third album?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that, I was never a fan of that album. I didn't even own it, but my wife loves it, and she really likes that particular
You
song.
should give it another try.
No, it has absolutely grown on me. I've listened to
Okay,
it.
good.
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins Christmas.
Oh, Johnny Bean. Thank you, Johnny Bean.
Johnny Bean, yeah, thank you for joining us here tonight for Festivus. A Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus show, and we have finished 3 out of 4 songs. It's time to finally just kick into the 4th one, and hopefully it will bring us, kind of pick the mood back up after that atrocity.
Well, here's the caveat. It's not really a song. It's another Bill McClintock mashup that we all love so much.
I thought it was going to be the whole Debbie Gibson Christmas album.
Oh no, it ain't talking about Feliz Navidad. Hey, Johnny, driving from San Jose to Santa Cruz. Thank you for tuning in, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Ain't talking about love or celebrating Festivus, Christmas, crazy Kwanzaa, whatever the fuck you want to celebrate. Even just a pretty cool Wednesday. Doesn't really matter.
Aaron.
Fabio. That's my
Fucking
only
one. Darren just won.
Monday,
Darren won.
Monday.
So yeah, the first
Best
song
actor
was
slash
Ain't
model,
Talking About
and
Feliz
not the other way
Navidad.
around.
Oh, I love this mashup.
We've lost Mark.
We've lost Mark.
I'm
He's
still
done.
laughing at Fabio.
You still have to pin Christy for us to end Festivus here tonight. Where is she?
I don't know. Christy, where are you?
Festivus does not end until you pin her.
You heard it.
I'm not sure you can do it.
I want to see tables.
Oh, there
ladders,
she
and
is.
chairs
There
come
she
out.
is. Mark, get her.
Wait, is she bringing him a drink?
Oh, here we go.
No.
Here we go. He's going for the
No.
takedown. Oh, no. He got her.
Damn. He
Mark,
Camera.
yes. Atta boy. He did it. I didn't think he could do it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He finally gets
After
her
she
prone
brought
and
him a
he's facing
drink.
the wrong way.
Jeez.
After she brought him a drink, exactly.
That is the Festivus
Oh, that's her
spirit
drink.
I've ever seen.
My drink is here.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can't believe you did it. She must have let you win.
Got away with that because I've had half a bottle of pomegranate wine.
Oh,
Pomegranate wine. There you go.
Pomegranate wine.
Hey, Christy, Merry Christmas. We all love you on and the podcast will rock. Thank you for a great year.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, she's
I
amazing.
had to tell her in direct, so like, no, bring your head lower. They can't see you. I did it.
You
Festivus is
did it.
mine.
I just want to take
Woohoo.
this opportunity to wish you, Mark, my good friend, and Christy a very Merry Christmas. And all the folks on the call here, Padawan Michael, Darren Paltrowitz, Todd and Sean McGinnity, Chaz Charles, Heath McCoy, the lovely, amazing Kelsey Van Halen, Scott Haskin, the notable nudist, and for some reason, Kevin Brown. Thank you for making this year so amazing for us here on And the Podcast Will Rock. We finished the Van Halen catalog. We thought everyone would just kind of desert us, but all of our good friends stayed with us as we're covering the David Lee Roth solo era, Sammy Hagar Extreme, and Wolfgang Van Halen. So just for me personally, I'm very appreciative for all of you for staying with us and just hanging with us on this glorious Festivus evening. I have no grievances. You guys are all amazing, even Kevin. And just thank you so much. I love you all. And here's to a great 2025.
Absolutely. And I echo that sentiment whatsoever. Yeah,
Woohoo.
awesome stuff.
Yeah,
Thank you,
man.
Corey. Good stuff whatsoever. And also, as we wrap up this Christmas episode, we just want to thank Oz once again for being such a dedicated fan of the show. And his sister Sarah wrote all of these shout outs that we've done herself. She thinks she's some kind of Mickey Spillane. But she
Spillane.
hopes, Oz,
Spillane.
that you feel special. We hope you feel special too, Oz. Merry Christmas. And yeah, be sure to thank your sister for you because she was very excited to deliver this to you. And I hope you had fun listening to this nonsense as much as we had fun covering this nonsense because holy shit. Look, here's the moral of the story, you guys. Sometimes our favorite rockers, no matter how festive they want to be, it doesn't always land. It doesn't always land, and that's okay because this is the season for forgiving and for looking forward to the new year so we can move forward and look forward to other things, and we don't have to think back on these tracks ever again. Certainly not for next season or the next year at all. We'll think of some other songs to cover. So I echo everything Corey said. Thank you to these amazing patrons and friends that have joined us on this call. You guys, thank you guys for spending your Monday / Festivus with us. I know you probably had a lot of grievances that you had to get out with other people, but you said, hang on. Sidebar, I gotta go on this podcast real quick and listen to some shitty holiday rock songs real quick and talk about it, but it's okay. And we have aired our grievances. We got a lot of problems with these tracks and you all heard about it, and that's what we bring to you. That is the beauty of it. Corey, anything else to add?
No, not really. Just Festivus, December 23rd. We're gonna go around the horn and let everyone kind of air their grievances. If they have any. I have none because this was a great year for me, great year for our show, great year for all the other shows I'm doing, and the 4 more I'm fucking going to launch in 2025 because I'm an idiot, and the one I'm hoping Kelsey will. I don't think it's out yet, but I've been talking to her. I'm like, she has a couple of really cool ideas. And I see she has a nice professional mic on her shot. Now I'm hoping she will do her podcast in 2025. But before we get there, let's kind of go around the horn. You can air your grievances. You can give some kudos, whatever you want to do. Let's start with Padawan Michael. What's notable for you in 2024? What are you looking forward to in 2025?
Well, actually, I'm retiring in 2025, so I'm
Oh,
looking
you
forward to
lucky
that.
bastard.
Yeah.
dude.
Good on
Let's
you.
go.
30 years teaching in New York
Oh,
State.
wow.
Oh, good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to my sons in California, and my granddaughter and son and daughter-in-law are flying out tomorrow to Long Island, so we'll see them for about a week. My daughter's coming from Connecticut, so it's going to be fun. But yeah, listen, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me. And I'm not a big social media person, but I just want to say, if somebody's listening to this, for the first time, go to Patreon, and for $2 you could get in the Discord and we could chat, and you'll hear me apologize for Van Halen a lot. So it's my favorite band, but I really enjoy it.
Well, and we've loved having you on the Patreon, Michael. Thank you so much for your support.
Nassau County.
Absolutely. Let's go to Darren Paltrowitz now. Darren Paltrowitz, one of the masterminds behind the DLR cast, wrote the book on David Lee Roth, has Papa Roach on his background for some reason.
Colby killing me, and I love it.
Yeah. Tell us all about it, Darren. Tell us about your 2024 and what do you have going on in 2025?
A DLR book actually came out January 1st, 2024, which was brilliant because my publisher was definitely working that day and definitely solved every technical problem that happened with the ebook. So everything was awesome. There were no problems with that. But long story short, the DLR cast, we're still putting out around 2 episodes a month. The Paltrocast with Darren Paltrowitz, putting out episodes 4 or 5 days a week. Rival Sons I had on 2 days ago. Earlier today, I had WWE wrestler Kurt Hawkins, aka Brian Myers, on. So follow me at Paltrowitz on most social media, and happy to keep the conversation going. Thank you for the support. Corey and Mark, you've been a delight this year. Chaz, thank you for having me on. Heath, thank you for hooking me up with the Hart family. Kevin, you cross-examined me unfairly, but the bottom line is wonderful company. Thank you all.
I
My favorite part of that is like your Papa Roach background. You're not even covering Jacoby. That's hilarious. There it is.
I tell you what, Darren Paltrowitz is a real one. I did a podcast with him not that long ago, and just fantastic that he actually slums down to our level every once in a while and comes on our shows. I can't believe it. He's an absolute all-star. Speaking of all-stars, if you don't know him, you should. He is Todd McGinnity. He is a fucking legend on the Sean Geek and Fast Fred podcast. Great guitar player. Todd, what do you got coming up in 2025 that the folks can get excited about?
Oh, well, I'm going somewhere warm.
Good.
Which will be one thing. We'll be Mexico in February.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm going to see my granddaughter out east on the East Coast, which I haven't been in a few years, so that'll be good. Music-wise, nothing in the works yet, but you never know. Something could come up, and maybe Sean and I will do something at some point that's new. But other than that, I appreciate you having myself and Sean on your podcast, and everyone else here who has a podcast we've been on. My God, it's been great. Love it. Thanks for thinking that I was sleeping, but I wasn't. I probably have the darkest light, so you probably can't really see me that great. But yeah, that's what's new for next year.
Todd is amazing. Amazing guitar player. Like, go seek out their music. It's absolutely fucking great. Dome, I tell you, I got one of their CDs because I subscribed to their Patreon, and it's been on just repeat in my car. It's the only CD I got in my car because it's just fucking fantastic. And
we got to send you the other one.
Please do, because I'm a big fucking fan. You guys are just killing it. I wish you'd put out more stuff. Sean
You can play
McGinnity.
CDs in your car?
I can. I have an old
Damn.
car.
Whoa.
I don't make Keith McCoy money where it's all like Bluetooth. I have
My
a CD
Hyundai
player
won't
in my
let me,
car.
and I'm like, that's upsetting.
My
But
honey
I
won't
I
let me
second
either.
that.
What?
A lot of
Sounds like a
great music
country
from these
song.
guys.
That's
Yeah.
right.
My
Sean
Hyundai
McGinnity.
won't let me play CDs.
Sean, first of all, thank you to Sylvie for letting you join us here tonight. I know you're supposed to watch Moana 2. Hopefully you get to that movie after we're done here at some point. But Sean, absolutely killing it on the Sean Geek and Fast Food podcast. Tell us a little bit about that show and what do you have coming up in 2025?
Well, I've got, first off, I don't know if you can see this or not. Canada Post strike finally ended. I've
That's
got the
right.
fucking t-shirt here.
Yay!
So that's going out.
Hey.
Kevin has one. They're both patrons or whatever that's called on our thing. So those are going out probably just after Christmas. So thank God for that. I'm kind of stunned by the amount of numbers we get for our show, and I'm incredibly grateful for people that tune in. I mean, a lot of it is it's the podcast community that we're with. Like Kaz supports the show, you guys support the show. Everybody supports the show, and I don't know why. Like we're just two knuckleheads from the East Coast talking about bullshit all the time, but I appreciate everybody that listens, man. It's fucking great.
That's why I love two knuckleheads talking about bullshit. That's my idea of a good time.
Did you
I
forget
resemble
what
that
show
remark.
you're on right now?
Jeez.
My favorite knucklehead show. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
The Knucklehead
Chaz,
Network. Is that what we're
But
doing?
I
The
want to
Knucklehead
say, I
Network,
want to
there we
give a special shout out to Chaz and his show regarding, I finally did the deep dive into the fucking, you are the table, you are the root regarding Lulu.
Oof. That's a tough
17
one.
hours of podcast there.
Oh, we
and,
got to send you
Oh.
a badge. Yeah.
Please send him a badge.
A badge.
I still
Fuck.
don't like the Lulu album, but I appreciate the stamina of Chaz and Wolfie. It's fucking
Yes.
great.
The
Thank
regarding
you.
series, they listen so you don't have to. Absolutely.
Well,
love
I
it.
did.
Well,
So
Well, yeah,
well,
Sean
we're
did.
in training.
now
Season
it's a
4 is coming with Corey. It's
That's
coming
right.
with Corey.
That's right.
it's
Regarding
become a
Shine.
shtick on the metal shop now, where I created a whole bunch of sound bites for metal shop to just mock the hell out of Lou and Lars. So
Oh, I can't wait.
Nice.
I can't wait. But speaking of Chaz
Glad
Charles,
to have inspired. Thank you so much.
the
Very nice.
Chaz-tastic universe of shows, tell us what has come in 2024 and what do you have planned for 2025?
Oh, well, if you can't tell, I'm so excited all night. I have been kind of, telegraphing it for you guys. My background has been rotating. We are going to do the biggest Anne Murray show you have ever
no.
seen
God.
in 2025. Woo. Oh, baby. Starting with all our fucking Christmas records. Holy shit. This woman, I mean, there's like 30 clips I've got here. But anyway, yeah, no, thanks, guys. What a great show. And you've had a great year. We've had a great year. You know, the community keeps growing. We just couldn't do it without the support of so many people on this podcast. Like I said before, we've pilfered every one of your guests, everyone on this. And Michael, we'll have you come over now. If you like Rush, come on over. You can be on the show. But seriously, right? We've talked to everybody here, and couldn't do what we do without everybody and their support. And honestly, without your show being there to rip off to begin with. So, Rush Rash will keep going on. We're threatening to, there's a couple of bands that are sorely just, blatantly just can't believe they're missing from the Deep Dive Network. The Who, Led Zeppelin. So there's threats that those might be coming in the works for 25, as well as some big things with Rush Rash, live shows overseas, going to Scotland, going to Canada. We're going to be up in Toronto for Rush Fest in Toronto in August. We're going to be in Rush Fest, Scotland in May. So yeah, big things, but all thanks to you guys, you knuckleheads. If it wasn't for you, there'd be no Regarding and no Rush Rash and all that other stuff. So thank you all.
The CMPU.
The Anne Murray
And happy
catalog
holidays.
for people ages 55 and up. So be
Yeah.
on the lookout for that.
That's my prime demographic, according to Spotify. Yes, sir.
The golden age of people.
Well,
If you
Twilight
qualify for
years.
Medicare,
Rush the Who, Zep,
your
yeah, what else?
AARP.
Stones.
If you're taking social security checks, we got a show for you.
Hey, those AARP discounts are significant, pal. They're
Yes, they
significant.
are. For now, they are.
I, for one, I cannot wait for Regarding Slang, which
That's it. We're doing it. Season
we're
4
doing it
on the
season
way.
4, 2025. I can't wait. Heath McCoy, brilliant author. I've read a lot of your stuff. You wrote a fantastic book on Stampede Wrestling. I can't wait to meet you in person
Awesome.
in what, like 6 days from now? Like
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Friday
I'm so
night.
pumped to meet you guys.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. Tell us about your 2024 and what do you have coming up in 2025?
Well, for 2024, just putting it in this context for a guy that doesn't have his own podcast. Thanks for making me part of your podcast community and having me on your shows. I've been on, Chaz, I've been on your show as well. And, thanks for having me on your shows. I really enjoy it. It's so much fun. I love being a part of this community. It's I don't take part as much. I'm a single dad. I got a crazy life, but I a crazy job. But I love taking part and I love joining these conversations. So thank you. And for next year, I'm looking forward to seeing the fruition of Rock Court, seeing how that goes. Even though I think I may be in trouble, but
For those that don't
You might
know,
be. You might be.
yeah, Heath McCoy is one of the Rock tourneys in season 1 of Rock Court. The first case we're trying in Rock Court is who is the better lyricist, David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar?
Here's your own.
Yeah, Heath McCoy is representing David Lee Roth. Kevin Brown is representing.
Mitch Malloy.
Tell you what, Mitch Malloy's name has not come up yet.
Thank God.
Thank God.
And
But
and as the David Lee Roth attorney, I should say, even though I jumped in late today, and I don't know the Dave song very well, Crazy Fever Dream, spoken word, talking blues, Dave. I'd have to revisit the song again, but I like Fever Dream, Tom Waits kind of stuff, and I think that's what he
Okay.
was trying to do, probably. But anyway,
Ooh,
back and
those
check
those are like miles and miles apart. But
okay, I gotta check it out.
All right.
I'm rooting for you.
Everybody tune into Rock Court coming 2025.
Yes.
But we got to mention, geez, my favorite guest of all time. She's beautiful. She's so smart. She's absolutely amazing. She's confided in me a couple of show ideas that she's like, should I start my own podcast? My advice is abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yes.
loves Kelsey Van Halen. I would tune in every fucking week. She's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for gracing our show as much as you did in 2024. Tell us about your 2024, and do you have anything planned for 2025?
Well, first of all, my 2024 was absolutely insane and not in a good way, so let's not talk about it.
Oh, fuck
But,
2024. We hate it.
No, it was just crazy. I just had a lot happen as far as like just stuff, and I feel like I grew a lot as a person, and also, but I'm like very thankful that I have you guys like as a community. Like I know I've never like physically met any of you, but it's like so amazing that like no matter what, like you guys have been like, because I'm young and I'm constantly changing, like you guys have been here through so many versions of my life and just so many like, because I don't know, I came on for the first time like 2 or 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and like yeah, I don't know, I've always felt very supported by you guys, and like I have a special place in my heart for all y'all, like especially like I don't know where Scott went, but but like for regarding Van Halen 3, like just like he said, like as someone who doesn't have their own podcast, like just to reach out and be like, hey, we would love to have you on, like it just makes me feel very loved, because I enjoy you guys probably just as much as you enjoy me. So as far as anything in 2025, like I would really love to do a Neil Young podcast. That's what he keeps bringing up. I think it would be so fun, because I absolutely adore that man, and I like I think he was my number 3 top artist this year. And like I still have so much to dive into, and I think like it would be so fun. I also just checked, I spent 5,000 minutes with Van Halen this year. They were my top artists. So cheers to that. And like I'm so glad that we can
Shocker.
all and it's really nice that we like all share that in common, where we like love this band, and like
It's true.
a lot of people my generation don't. So it's like really
No
nice
joke.
to so it's
Yes.
really nice to find like to discuss with people like just what an incredible band this is. Yeah, so hopefully in 2025 I would love to start my own podcast, and I would love to have all your lovely faces on it. So Thank you for having me. I always love being here. Seriously. So I'm so thankful for you guys.
Please start your own podcast. Everyone here on the
Yes.
call, I'm sure would tune in, and I'm
Thank
trying to
you.
get 5,000 more patrons, and so we can fly everybody to Las Vegas. We can check out the Sammy Hagar Best of All Worlds residency in Las Vegas. We all just go fucking have a drink and just high five and just have a great time because this community has
fun.
meant so much to me. I know it's meant so much to all of you. And please start that podcast, Kelsey. You're so good. I would absolutely listen. You are fucking fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And then there's Kevin Brown, who I got to say, one of my greatest pleasures of 2024 is I really got to know Kevin Brown. He is an amazing dude. I've got to meet him a couple times. We went to Denny's. He watched my kid play soccer. He taught my kid how to play pool. He is one of the greatest human beings on planet Earth, even though I give him shit on podcasts because it makes him laugh. That's the only reason, because it makes him laugh. He is one of the fucking real ones. He is the fucking man. I love Kevin Brown. I love the fact I get to podcast with him on Ultimate Catalog Clash. We're having a fucking ball doing that show. Season 5, we're breaking down a bunch of tracks from 1983. It is a hell of a lot of fun. Kevin Brown is one of the greatest human beings on the planet. You're only going to hear this tonight because normally I have to give him shit. But Kevin Brown, tell us about your 2024 and what do you have coming up in 2025?
Well, I got to rewrite on my notes now because you've actually been nice to me. I was going to clap back, but what am I supposed to do?
Wait a minute, though. Hold on, though. Sammy said the same shit about Jason Bonham.
Oh,
Just
good
remember
point.
that.
That's right.
That's very,
Good
very
point.
true.
Good point.
There's probably a fax waiting for me as I reach.
Chaz, my buzzkill over here.
Okay, well, I will say that I love being the heel in the CMPU. So you can all go fuck yourselves. No, I do have one grievance. I do have one grievance to air.
Oh, please.
2025 is going to be a shit year because Corey is making me listen to Motley Crue, Kiss, Quiet Riot, and worst of all, Deaf Pigeon. So, having gone through and been listening to these albums over the last few weeks, I feel like I'm treading water in a sea of retarded sexuality. Corey will get that reference.
Whoa!
So, if you want to hear my thoughts on
treading
those
water in
bands,
a sea of
You
sexuality.
can't say that.
Sexuality.
Say that word.
You can't print that.
Bam.
So go
Live.
check out
This
that
is
on the Ultimate
live,
Catalog
folks.
Clash. There's my link, Corey. That was my link. And just as a last word, Roth versus Hagar's come up a few times tonight. Only one song got upvoted tonight. I think we know who it all was by. So
Oh, that's a good point.
Gary Sharon.
I
That's
can't
right.
wait to never listen to that song again.
Well, if
mean,
we're
you're
talking
not
about
wrong.
if we're talking about podcast, we got to talk about the man who has more podcasts, I think, than anybody on the planet. Not only did he write, I don't know how many books this year, 6, 7. He actually recorded records, and then he moved, halfway across the country. Scott Haskin is just one of the most amazing human beings you're ever going to come across. He doesn't like Thunder, which I'm trying not to hold against them because they're a great band, but he likes a lot of other cool stuff like Cobra Kai. Scott Haskin, tell us about what your 2024 year review and what do you have coming up in 2025? There's a lot of stuff, I know.
There is, yeah. Well, first, thank you, Mark and Corey, for having me on. The guy who is just not really a fan of pretty much every band I've been invited to be on a podcast for, which I just find hilarious. But no, I always enjoy the company and the commentary. And congrats to you guys on getting through the entire Van Halen catalog. I certainly know what it takes to make that happen. 2024 was pretty crazy. I pretty much wrapped up Uriah Heep the Magician's podcast because I covered everything they recorded. Then I just came back last week with one more episode covering the remake of Last Christmas that Mick Box and my friend Graham Bonnet did, which was pretty interesting. A much better version, much more put together. And then the Haskincast podcast keeps coming out every Wednesday, and I'm still doing occasional reviews for Cherry Red Records, having wonderful guests like you guys on. Looking forward to podcasting soon with Corey again. And then I get the great honor of being the MC for the final season episode of every season of the Ultimate Catalog Clash, which is always a blast. I have so much fun hanging out with you guys. I don't think I can't remember. I think my last books came out in 2023. I don't think I put a book out this year, but I've got a couple of ideas for some new ones that we may see down the road. I've got 9, I think, on Amazon right now, so that'll do for a bit. Finishing up my 32nd album this year, and that will come out January 15th. And that is in my Mental Sauna series. It's a chill out album, which I've never done before. I found that kind of interesting. I thought it fit the Mental Sauna family pretty well. So Mental Sauna 6 Warm Chill will be out January 15th. And then starting the first Monday in February, my new podcast will be starting. That is Deep Purple Smoke on the Podcast. Cheesy, I know, but that's how people are going to find it. And I will be doing the same format I did with Uriah Heep, the Magician's podcast, 4 episodes a week, 1 episode for each song they recorded in the studio. I'm not planning on covering anything live, but I was talked into it last time, so we'll see what happens. Kelsey, definitely start your podcast, and you have a whole list of people right here that can help you with anything technical, anything you're concerned about, fears, nervousness, whatever. We've all been there. So feel free to reach out, and we can always cross-pollinate podcasts too. Promote, one of the two, and anytime. So you've got a bunch of support here and a bunch of people that are ready to jump in and help. So I fully encourage you to do that. And I think 2025 is going to be a pretty exciting year.
I agree, but
thank you.
I'm sorry. Did Scott? Did you just say you just put out your 32nd album?
That'll be the one coming out in January. Yeah.
32nd.
Yeah.
Well, I have no friends.
Jesus
So it's
Christ.
it's pretty easy to spend all my time
That's his
creating.
30-second solo record. That's not just
Yeah.
right. That doesn't include
Oh, I
everything else
know,
that
I
you've
know.
contributed
Well,
to, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I
Right.
forgot my band Era Patches. We just put out it's the band's 10th album, my second with them, and that's a doom metal band, which is a pretty interesting thing to play in. And got to meet Deep Purple a couple times this year when I went with the Deep Purple podcast guys we went out to Michigan and then drove to Chicago. That was a blast. And it's been a pretty good year.
I tell
Did
you
you
what,
survive getting attacked by somebody in Las Vegas too?
No.
No,
No,
Oh,
I got
oh.
stung by a scorpion. That was fun.
Oh, that was it.
Well,
It was stung by
yeah.
a scorpion. Holy Christ!
Yeah,
yes.
I've been hit by a car, set on fire, stabbed, maced, shot at, and stung by a scorpion. Yeah, I don't know which one was more fun. Oh, and I had 9 spinal taps in one day.
Oh, my
Yeah.
Yow.
How's bragging camp going?
no shit.
Weird flex, but okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to celebrate
getting
like the
elbowed.
10th thing. I don't know what the 10th
yeah.
thing should be yet.
Jesus. And I thought my
you're
backyard
young, don't
wrestling
worry,
days
it'll
were
happen.
intriguing. That was nothing.
Scott, you're making
God.
Darren Paltrowitz look bad. Darren has like what, 1 fucking book and like 2 podcasts?
Yeah,
A fucking
Darren.
slacker.
Yeah. What
Kind
the
of
fuck,
sweeping
Darren?
at the switch, Darren. Come on.
3 books, 2 podcasts, and a syndicate. Well, hey, Corey, how many do you have? 12? 15?
Well,
20?
it's expanding. If you go to cmpu.ca, which is going to be a thing very soon, we have this show, we have Ultimate Catalog Clash, we have the 2 shows I did that are dead, and then we have a bunch of stuff coming up, including Rock Court, DLR versus Sammy Hagar, who's the better lyricist. We have a First Watch podcast. Kevin Brown and I are watching an old show from the 80s for the first time. It's only 8 episodes.
Oh.
Having a lot of fun with that. And I'm going to resurrect the power of positive geeking. So if anyone out there has a movie or something they just want to talk about and just love, let me know, because that show's all about positivity. No negativity allowed. If you love a thing, fucking let me know. Let's talk about it and talk about how great it is. That's coming up in 2025. So the
I'm smelling
CMPU
Anne Murray opportunity here.
potentially
Papa Roach.
potentially it's going to be Snowbird fucking for 2.5 hours. But Mark and Meyer, we got through another year of and the podcast will rock. You didn't technically pin Christy, but I'm going to say it's close enough. Why don't you let us know about your 2024? What do you have coming up in 2025?
Oh, I pinned her. I win. The Festivus belongs to me. And just to reiterate, yeah, you all be on the lookout for Corey's resurrection of the power of positive geeking, because it is his first iteration. Oh shit!
Look out!
Sorry.
Look out!
I just had a drive-by
Oh, boy.
situation. Anyway, I survived. It's fine. But you definitely should be on the lookout for that. It's a good stuff. It's when Corey did it, the first iteration, it was fantastic. So I'm very, very happy, very excited that he's gonna resurrect that idea. So be on the lookout. I am still contemplating and teasing the idea of bringing back my ranting series. I probably will.
Please do.
25.
Please do.
Probably will. Well, it'll happen. Just me ranting about things, usually nerdy things, but sometimes not so nerdy. Definitely musical things too, because boy, I can rant about some music. So be on the lookout for that. Also, shameless plug: January 3rd, Nashville, Tennessee. You guys, at the Basement East, we are bringing in the new year. It is Welcome to the New Year Part 3. It is a tribute show to the music of yesteryear, the new metal of the late 90s and the early aughts. You come to the show, hear a band called Carrot, who is a tribute to Korn, Shake My Tomb, a tribute to Deftones, and a band featuring yours truly performing the entire album of Toxicity by System of a Down. So yeah, that is going to be a very, very fun show. Yours truly is taking vocal duties on the System of a Down set, so I've got my work cut out for me. And you might see me pop in on the sets of the Korn band and the Deftones band. You never know. I might show up all over the place, but definitely if you're in the Nashville area, January 3rd, that is a Friday in Nashville, Tennessee at the Basement East. Get your tickets. We are going to bring in the new year in an absolute fun way with a hint of nostalgia. So that is what's going on for 2025. And of course, you're going to hear Corey and I keep moving forward with this wheel. And there's still plenty of songs to cover. There's still a lot of things to do. There's still plenty of time for me to have
Me too.
Yes,
me too.
Yeah, me too. There's plenty. There's
Too
plenty
soon.
of time.
Too soon.
Yeah, much too soon. There's plenty of time for me to have one opinion on a band and completely change it by the time we're done with this wheel. I'm not going to say which band in particular, but Kevin Brown knows. And, just be on the lookout for all the things that we've got coming up, man. A lot of fun stuff, as mentioned, Rock Court and all the fun things. We're coming up with some pretty fun ideas for 2025. So stay with us, stick with us, man. We got lots of fun things coming. Thank you to our wonderful patrons who are joining us here on the call. Thank you for the patrons that are in the chat. And then all of our listeners that continuously listen to us, despite the fact that Corey and I are not rock historians, and we're definitely not experts on the band of Van Halen, nor Extreme, nor Sammy, Dave, or Wolfgang Van Halen either. We're not experts on any of these people or any of these bands. We are just simple fans talking about the music that we like, and we are having a journey revisiting some of these songs, and then sometimes we are learning these songs for the first time. So we're just like you. We're going through the motions. We are learning as we go. We're enjoying it, and we're talking about it. That is what we're about, okay? And but it is Festivus, and this is the Festivus episode. So if you have some grievances, go ahead, air them, and we'll either take it at face value or we won't. I don't know. But regardless, it's the airing of grievances. So if you have grievances with what we do on our show, go ahead, let us know. Or if you like what we do, we would prefer that you let us know that. Either way, we just appreciate that you guys are listening and that you're tuning in and that you're part of the conversation. Join the Patreon while you're at it. Lots of conversations happening. The biggest perk to the Patreon is the Discord. These guys can all attest the Discord conversations never stop. And it's always good. It's not always about Van Halen. It's about other things, but it's always fun. It's always a good time. Not too much negativity except for, hey, we all agree this song sucked, right? Great, cool. And that's as far as the negativity goes. I hope so. I like to chime in every once in a while, but do that. Join the Patreon. Find a tier that's right for you. Check us out. Spread the word. Share with your friends. So on behalf of Corey, and everyone on the panel tonight. We are, and the podcast will rock, and it's a Festivus for the rest of us.